Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Finally the weekend. So, of course, several things we'll be messing around with today. The main one is going to be, of course, doing a bunch more delves. I do want to get at least 200. We did do Pure Faction 150 last night. So now we're just going to keep going further with that. That's one of our main goals, as, well, that's one of the main things to go do right now, is everything with the new faction. I do want to mess around with the new Mythic, even though it is pretty underwhelming. Let's see if we can figure out anything that might end up working with it viably enough to actually ever bother bringing out. Probably not, but worth a shot. And other than that, what was the other thing? Oh yes, I want to start getting Frost Mage a little bit higher. I definitely want to get that to level 100 by the end of this weekend. It's pretty much already there, sitting at 95. But definitely want to get that max just so we don't need to worry about it anymore. And then we basically have every viable hero class maxed for the most part, like a little exception, but yeah, it's pretty much going to be maxed at that point. Let me just fix chat so I can see all of you guys. There we go. Hello, Headless Chicken. Hello, Haley. Hello, JZG. Hello, Zeddicus. Hello, Bruno. Hello, Elite Gaming. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Pamela. Hello, Jan. Hello, Overfiend. Hello, Demon Angel. And hello, everyone else. Welcome. And hello, Michael. So, okay, let's go and get right into the delves then. So we're currently sitting on, I believe, yes, a 160. So, let's see, how's the leaderboard doing? There was one person at 500. Apparently there's two people at 500 now. All the very high levels that have absurd amount of gems. This is one of the reasons why I didn't actually want to go all the way on the event thing. I probably even already bought too far in the packs. But since we did buy a little bit further in the packs, I believe we can actually make leaderboard for sure. Where exactly on the leaderboard, I'm not sure exactly. But that'd be nice if we could actually pick up 2 small orbs. We're in range with how many battles we have right now to pick up 2 small orbs. So, yeah, actually wouldn't have been too bad, the little bit extra that we spent then, to get a little bit further in here while simultaneously getting that. And we'll obviously get all these rewards. That's going to be effortless, just because of how many battles we have. But yeah, this delve, for any of you that didn't see from the other day, it's a really, really straightforward format. All you do is just go and take the basically mandatory path. You keep going all the way to the top left in most situations, and then you just do this battle. Very occasionally you do it the other way around, but more often than not, you just do this little, kind of, like, what even is that shape? I keep, like, trying to think of a name for this shape. It's, I don't even know, what's it called? I guess an acute angle. Go with that, and then, take those two. Normally in top-bottom order. But, let's keep getting into that. Current team that we're using is Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, Ketris, and Infernus. I'm probably switching this in another room or two, just because it's starting to semi-fail. It's because Ketris and Infernus, well, particularly Infernus, isn't really upscale too well. But, I don't know, it's still getting the job done at the moment, so we'll keep using it for now. It's serpentine shape. Yeah, it is technically the entire thing's in a serpent. I know that. I was talking about, like, the actual path to get to the thing, is what I was referring to. But yes, of course it's in the serpent shape with a little head as well. I don't know why, but Steam keeps changing my controller format every single time. Now it's back to the Y button instead of the A. I don't know what's up with Big Picture on Steam, but it just does not want to ever do that consistently. Even if I have it open. That doesn't matter that much. Y button or A button, they're both basically the same. It is slightly harder to hit the Y, but it's not that big a deal. You finished Fang using, using, what is that, Forest Troll, Yasmin's Pride, Ketris, and Possessed King. Interesting. You actually use Ketris all the way? I was planning on ditching Ketris pretty soon due to the stat difference, but I guess if he doesn't get hit, he actually would have a decent enough amount of damage to go through it all. I think his issue is the further you go, the easier it is for him to end up taking some damage, and any damage he takes lowers his own damage output. Got an annoying triple stealthy. Oh wow, we're actually still in one-shot range. I did not know that. Well, at least at this current battle we are. I want to get rid of red. I actually keep forgetting too. Ketris does gain benefit from red. He does gain 2 to all stats, which is also assisted by the fact that we get a red storm whenever we get a kill. Though it gets overwritten by brown storm as soon as we cast Mountain Crusher. The one way around that would be if we ran Dragon's Eye there, or a different weapon. Even Yasmin's Pride would end up working, which I'm not sure if I'm going to bring that out or not. I was kind of failing a little bit earlier, but I think that was just because we weren't using Titan, which would make sense, because we are using Titan now. I'm not using Frost Mage. We're starting to get too deep into Delves to really bother with Frost Mage in first slot, because we need a frontline tank. And that's one of the reasons we're still using Apothecary too. I do need Cleanse or Bleed. Hero can be bled. There's not a single hero currently immune to bleed, since none of them have Impervious, and there's no trait yet for immune to bleed. So, yeah, they can easily get bled from anything. I kind of wish that they would add onto Sturdy immune to bleed, but then I guess too many things would have immune to bleed at that point. But, I don't know, Sturdy's pretty useless with just immune to poison. Never know. Yeah, at the moment, no hero has immune to it, so you have to cleanse it in order to keep getting barrier. Otherwise, if you're bled on hero, you're going to keep losing barrier every time, as well as anything that is bled, because it'll immediately do true damage to you, which will get rid of your barrier, unfortunately. Let's see. Hello, Cameron. Hello, Squidgy. How do you work out how much damage Mab does? Mab's damage is based on how much mana they have, plus however much magic she has. So, I'll show you an example. Though I don't actually have her on our team, but I could still show an example based on something we have on our team. I just need him to take some mana first. Okay, that'll work. Well, actually, yeah, we'll just do it based on this. So, let's just pick a random troop. How about, it doesn't really matter too much. How about Hero? Okay. So, Hero currently has 37 magic. Let's pretend this is a Queen Mab. So, what Mana Burn does is it does whatever your magic value is, plus whatever their mana currently is. So, right now we have 37 magic, and he has 8 mana. So, 37 plus 8, that's, what, 45? And that's how much damage she would do. Do keep in mind, if you have the Arcane trait, she will actually do 1 higher than that, because her own ability counts towards that. So, she would do 46 instead of 45. But, yeah, that's how her damage gets calculated. It's just your magic plus whatever their mana is currently. So now it'll do 11 damage plus whatever her magic is. It does it based on current mana. And that's the same thing for anything that has Mana Burn. Mana Burn's a somewhat underwhelming mechanic these days. When it first was released, it was the most overpowered thing in the entire game. But then they add immune to it. And now with how many things have immune, it's become a lot weaker. But, especially after Queen Titania too. Queen Titania is, like, better than Mana Burn. And it hits everything other than submerges. But, it's an okay mechanic. Queen Map's still good. The only thing that she's really used for, though, is not necessarily offensively, but specifically for her freeze. She's not really used that much for her Mana Burn. Nothing's really used that much for its Mana Burn these days. She's the most viable Mana Burn there is. Yeah, it's still a good mechanic. It's just, a little bit underwhelming currently. Because there's a lot better damage sources since then. Let's see. Hello, Bruno. You went all the way with Titan class? Yeah, that's pretty much how Delves always go, for the most part. Very few other classes ever get to really see much use. It's because Titan is so good for Delves. It has mana generation, it has Enrage if you need it. It has, what was that called? Barrier. Ground, Storm, and the Barrier, which basically just gives it perpetual barrier. And it has a bunch of half mana starts to Giants, which you could use with Forest Troll and other similar decent Giants, as well as just giving your hero half mana. Any substitute for Ketris? In this particular team, I don't believe there is. You can start building into like a Divine team. But at that point, you're better off just building a hero with brown weapon Apothecary and then a better brown. Because this entire team is kind of built around whatever our brown is, because of how much brown and mana we're accumulating. So as long as you have a good brown to put there, it would work. Megavore stuff would work too. I'm still even considering going the double Megavore. You could also end up doing Iron Gut. Problem is a lot of this stuff that would be good there is pretty high rarity, as it is Delves. Or at least if you're doing later Delves anyways. The earlier Delves, it wouldn't matter too much. You can just use Gargoyles. So you can use Gargoyles. You can get away with Gargoyle until probably 200 if you really had to. It'd be a bit slow if you did it that high a level like right here. but it still get it done until about 200 or so, maybe even 250. It's basically like Ketris, except separated as 2 troops. And in some instances, it's even better than Ketris because it has extra turn chance, whereas Ketris does not. Gargoyle also doesn't really lose as much of its damage, because if it takes damage, it's not actually losing damage. The only time it loses damage if you lose an ally. Hello, Ellen! Welcome. Some people in your guild are using Ubistet instead of Ketris. Yeah, that would work, especially if you're using Dragon's Eye instead of Mountain Crusher, because you just do Dragon's Eye, then you throw Ubistet, then you get double kill. I'm probably going to be switching to a Yasmin team before I would switch to something like Ubistet, though. Ubistet's still insanely good. I don't think I'm going to be running it this time. But we'll see. Once we get deeper, we'll mess around with a few other teams. Actually, probably even the next one, we'll switch up what we're using. Okay, I'll throw the Infernus there. Now we're going to worry about the extra turn. It's just going to get exploded away anyways. And dead. The stream still has sound issues. It stops every few seconds. Like, completely stops? Or, like my audio? Or is it the stream just buffering? Because from what I can tell, it actually looks like the stream is just buffering a little here and there. Which seems to just be something with my connection. Oh yeah, it is doing that quite often. It's not the audio, it's the stream itself is buffering for whatever reason. Yeah, the sound is fine. It's the stream keeps buffering occasionally. Yeah, it keeps doing it. I don't know what it's doing that for. That is strange. Let me know if it keeps persisting. Yeah, it's not the sound specifically. Okay, we'll take that away on greens. Get a Ketris in there. Actually, take one more skull before we do. Grab all of our purple. Get a hit on there. And what else we need? Get a Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, and then just Ketris that. And then we just need to one hit the wow, I almost forgot his name. KrissTigger. Wow, KrissTigger. That's a troop that at one point was like the best thing in the game, and now it looks kind of average, oddly enough. It's still really good for Guild Wars, but I don't know, it's seen better days. Gorgulfa, Dragon Soul, and that, or actually, sorry, wrong order. Gorgulfa, that, and Dragon Soul at one point was just absurdly strong. It died now? Let's see. It still seems to be going. It might have went down for a second. But yeah, I was doing that a lot yesterday too. The weather hasn't been that bad near me, so I don't know. That shouldn't be causing it. Not sure what. Because I'm just doing anything differently that would really change my connection up at all. Let's see. We'll go down purple. Throw another Ketris. Oh, I can't directly hit him. It's actually a bit of an issue, because now he's going to move our team, and I have no way of stopping that. Actually, I shouldn't say no way. Actually, yes, I do have no way. No, I do have one, but it'd be very unlikely and unviable. I would have to extra turn this into Infernus, and then Infernus like 3 times in a row, and I'd even get full mana. There we go. Okay, so now we need an Infernus 3 times in a row somehow. Go! Okay, oh, you know what? No, I don't. Yes, I do. There's no way I can get a free Ketris. I was gonna say I could throw a Ketris then just throw Infernus, but there's no realistic way I could get that combo. I guess if we just get a skull here, hopefully distract him, throw this here, and then Infernus can kill him if he gets distracted. Nope, fail. Aw, okay, that's gonna be what do we do about this? I guess we just let it die. Sorry, Infernus. You're done. Okay, we'll go get rid of red because it doesn't matter too much at this point. Oh, actually, you know what? It somewhat does, because I need 1 mana for him. Fail. That would be useful if we had 1 mana. Oh, that thing still has stealthy. Forgot. Because the bomb bots also don't have stealthy, but he does. There we go. So much lag? Let me see. Let me go try fixing something real quick and see if that helps at all. 1 moment. Let's see. Let me... I tried this in the past, and it seemed to have, like, somewhat worked. So let me see here. Give me a moment. Let's see. Get rid of that. Okay. Because sometimes I have, like, a few other tabs open in Chrome. Mainly just the things that have information on the game and stuff like that. So let me close out all of this. Open up a less intense browser. And see if that fixes it at all. I know in the past that has somewhat helped, so let me see. So close out all that. Try this. Won't be able to see chat for the next minute. Try opening this. And see if this makes it any better. Let's see. Let's see, is it loading? Loading. And come on, YouTube, go quicker. Let's see. Click refresh so it knows I'm actually streaming. Oh, it should already know I'm streaming. Just so I could actually see chat. And let me know if that fixes it at all. Okay, let me cancel that. And okay, is that any better? Let me know. It might not take effect immediately, but should in the next minute or so. Can you explain why your videos you suggest farm the Warrens first? A few days ago, you unlocked Underground. Any tips? Well, did I say Warrens first? I said to just camp it when I said Warrens, but I said the new faction first, but the Warrens is where you would camp. So you would, basically what that means is for Warrens, you basically just stay at level 30 the entire time, or 90, or 100, you know, anything very low where you can constantly keep killing it very easily for battles. Normally that would be play it once, get it to 20, and then just keep doing it on level 20 over and over and over again. But the main one that you would actually go and progress forward on is the what's it called? This one, the Fang Moor faction. And the main reason for that is they both have the most amount of treasure rooms. They both also have a really good layout. Okay, we're about to lose in Furnace. That's not too big a deal, though. Yeah, we might not even... Oh, never mind. I jinxed it immediately. I was going to say we might not even lose them. I don't know, maybe we'll get away with this team for 1 or 2 more. Ketris is still doing really good. Like, it hasn't stopped one-shotting yet. I was actually expecting it too at this point. I guess it's because we have slightly higher stats. Hello, Rue, welcome. But yeah, is the connection any better? Everyone? Because I can't really see it as well. But, yeah, let me know if that helped at all. Or does it still seem about the same? No, it hasn't? Let's see. I don't know what else I could really do then. At least immediately. Because I've restarted everything before I started. I literally have no tabs open other than the chat that is needed to see you guys. I have no other programs open. Let's see, is my let's see, is there a scan currently going? No. No scans going on. Oh wait. Is this one scanning right now? 1 second. That might be why. I don't think it is. Let me double check real quick. I can borrow your internet. Yeah, that's something that will hopefully be changed in the future, but there's only one provider by me, and they are horrible. Just in an area that just happens to not have good internet. But who knows, I might move in the future. Might be staying with a friend actually sometime later this year or next year. For about a month or two. And they're most likely going to have ridiculously good internet once I'm there. So, we'll have that when I'm there. We'll have a green screener anymore, but we'll have good internet. That's not too hard to make a green screen out of random stuff. What kind of is? Depends how you want to set it up. Depends on the room layout more so than anything. Yeah, hopefully it'll just fix itself like it did yesterday. It just randomly started working for no reason. Okay, what do we need here? We'll grab a purple down there, get all that together. Grab our greens. Take a blue there just so we cascade all the browns. Mountain Crusher everything just so we get full mana. Fortunately, 1 mana off on the Infernus, of course. That's the really biggest thing I probably hate about Ketris. No possible extra turn chance. Any troop that ever has that is always at a slight disadvantage in most situations compared to other troops. But he does enough damage that it kind of makes up for it. Oh, okay. Now we should probably stop using this. We are starting to reach a point where we're not one-shotting. Oh, it's not that big a deal. Infernus cleans up pretty easily. But, yeah, we are starting to reach that point. Get a better upload speed. They don't really have too many programs, but I can look into it. Hello, Danielle. Welcome. Okay. Get that over there. Not pressure down. Ta. Is it really still lagging that bad? Okay, let's get a another mountain crusher down. Chat messages take forever to appear in the stream. Okay, so it's doing the same thing that it had the same issue as yesterday. Also, make sure it's still clicked on live too. If it's not currently, then it's oh, I see why. It's because it keeps slightly lagging, so it puts the whole thing behind where it currently is. Like, we're still like 2 minutes behind on the actual stream itself. That ended up happening yesterday, and it randomly actually aligned itself as the stream progressed, which was really weird. Like, it fell behind by like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it just randomly got back up to pace yesterday. Though it didn't happen last night's stream, oddly enough. Hello, Cynical. Welcome. Okay, take over blues. Grab a Tetris. Get Apothecary on all that. That is not going to be enough to kill, but I'm still doing it just to hopefully get a skull, and we do exactly get that. Perfect. And then we just catch him, and he's dead. You're using Mang, Apothecary, Infernus, and Shegra. It's to level 130, but struggling. Any suggestions? Let's see. We'll definitely be using Titan with it. Probably replace out Shegra with something else, most likely. Shegra you shouldn't really ever use with Mang, just because they conflict with each other too much, because they're the exact same color. But you can use pretty much any other brown-related skull spam. Let's see, what color actually ends up not blocking anything? You'd have to use either brown-red or brown-blue. Oh yeah, there's not a brown-blue skull spam, is there? Okay, never mind. Yeah, I guess you are kind of stuck with brown-red skull spam, aren't you? That's going to be a little bit weird then with Mang. You might have to decide on something else other than Mang then. Maybe Dragon's Eye and try using a different damage source in the last slot and just clean them out with Infernus into one other damaging troop. Might end up working out. Hello, William. Welcome. Yeah, let me know if the connection ends up catching up at all. It looks like we're still on the previous battle, based on the actual connection showing right now, which is quite a fail. Let's see. Let me try restarting the stream real quick and see if that helps at all. How many frames have we dropped so far? Really? It says we've dropped 0 frames. I wonder if it's YouTube that's doing it then. That's really strange. It says we have dropped literally 0 frames. That is weird. But yesterday, it was showing that we were dropping frames when it was lagging. I'm not sure why it's not showing it now. Anyways, let me restart. Okay, stream restarted. Let me know if that helps it a little bit. Probably won't immediately, but let's see if that does anything for now. Improv fixes. Maybe it's a daytime thing? It could be. Am I using wired connection? Yes, I always use wired. Everything that I have is wired. I never use anything not wired. The computer's wired. The console's wired if I'm ever streaming a Nintendo Switch game. And the connection's still awful. Imagine if it wasn't wired. When was the last time I rebooted my modem? What do you mean by rebooted? Like just restarting it in general? If that's the case, then literally every day. If you're referring to something a little bit more technical, probably never. Which might be an issue. But if you're talking about like just restarting it, literally every day. Sometimes multiple times a day. Yeah, it could just be a daytime thing. I'm not sure, because it didn't happen last night, but it keeps happening this morning stream. Like, if it keeps persistently not happening at night, it could just be something with my provider making it really laggy during the day. Because it is pretty cold, so a lot more people are probably inside using internet connections compared to doing other things. Let's see, I'll throw Ketris there. Get a Apothecary. Get a Ketris again, but we'll do it on Divinia. And then we just have to deal with those two. Too bad we don't have an easy way to move those right next to each other. For sure there's a troop that could very consistently do that. But there's currently not. There's a few that can kind of do movement that's somewhat like that, but there's certain instances where they won't be able to move them right next to each other. There's no troop that can consistently, regardless of where the two positions of the two troops are, there's no troop that can consistently put them right next to each other. And there kind of needs to be, because that would be really good with things like adjacent damage related troops. First, they're already insanely good, but would make them even better. Let's see. They're not really, like, over the meta, though. They're good, but none of them are used, I don't think, for the quickest teams in the game currently. But it's things like Infernus, Ketris, Gargoyle, a few others similar to that. Also, I'm not even bothering to take the Cedric room early. I'm actually taking it last just because, well, it's just mainly for multiplier reasons. But it's so far into the delve that you've completed almost every single room by the time you even reach it. We'd have to complete every room except 2 before we would even get to this place, which loses like every value you'd even get from having a Cedric here, which is unfortunate. I'm just gonna die to a skull. Take a red to that. Why not? I'll get another apothecary down. Can you tell us again what team you're using for super high? There's a couple different ones we could use. We could use literally this, but use Yasmin's Pride and maybe replace out Infernus. We could use anything with Iron Gut or Devour spam as long as there's no immune. We could use this team, but replace both of these with Megavores, which honestly I feel like is going to be the main one I go for. And I believe those are the main ones. There's probably a few other ways we could get away with it too. But those are the main ones I'd probably end up utilizing. It's nighttime by you. That's wicked lag if it's still daytime for you. But I believe connections do end up doing that. Let's see. Like when there's a lot of people using it. Especially in a provider area where it's not as good. Wait 30 to 60 seconds, then power on. Oh yeah, I've done that many times before. Powering it off, leaving it off for like a few minutes while I go get like a drink or something and then powering it back on. I literally did that before I started streaming. I do that almost every time before I start streaming. Same as restarting my computer in case that helps at all. Because sometimes I've had the computer on for like hours on end. But yeah, I do that multiple times a day. Before every stream and sometimes even between other stuff. If you're farming a specific trait stone available in 3 kingdoms and find one, is it statistically wiser to farm another kingdom or stay in the one you're in? Just stay in the one you're in. It does not change the rate at which you get them. It's possible to get like 5 in a row. Very unlikely. I think the most we ever got was 3 in a row. But no, the drop rate does not change if you get one. It'll still maintain the same drop rate, regardless of how many you get. Oh, has it been better since I restarted it? That's weird. Okay, well that's good at least. Oh wow, we just got a 4.2 multiplier. That's really solid. Must have gotten really good tier 5 battles. The entire multiplier of this delve is basically based on what these 2 5s are. Because they could both be 1.5 if you get super lucky, or they could be a 1.2 into a 1.3 if you get super unlucky. Speaking about lucky, we got an orb coming up soon. I guess I'll hand out a redeem code once we reach that. I do need to go pull it up though, now that I'm not using the tab that has the redeem code on it. But that should only take a minute once we go do that. But yeah, once we reach this, I think we're going to hand out a redeem code, might as well. And yeah, let's keep going. Let's see, do we keep using this? I kind of want to switch. How much HP do they have? How much damage does Megavore have? I want to see if we could one-shot with him. The problem is if we can't one-shot with him, he's yeah, he's in 2-shot range for sure. Especially with that. Actually, that's a lot less damage than I thought he would do, actually. I always thought he would do a little bit more than that. You know, I think we still use this. The problem with switching to Megavore this early is Megavore is so slow if we do end up switching to it. Not like super, super slow, but it's luck-based how quick it is. Which is annoying. Whereas this is not as luck-based on if it'll go quickly. We can technically run Ketris all the way. We'd have to replace Hero most likely with Dragon's Eye. And we'd have to replace out Infernus with... I'm not sure yet, actually. There's not much that fits into that spot. Maybe we even just keep Infernus. But we would definitely have to replace that with Dragon Eye or something. Just to lower their durability more. So we can actually get kills quicker. The gods of lag can only be pleased with a redeem code. That's definitely not how lag works. Let's see. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Let me know. I'll make sure to go over them all. Also, yeah, it does look like the stream is back to normal from what I could tell. Let's see. Come on, click on live. Why is it not going? There we go. Okay, so it's showing that we just went into this battle, so it's still a little bit behind, but it's only like, what, 15 seconds? Not that bad. Yeah, it seems to just like auto-repaired itself for no reason, like it did yesterday. But this time we actually did do some stuff to try to change it. But yesterday it literally did it for no reason. Do you keep warrens at 20 to farm it? You can if you want. I currently keep it at 110. Ideally, you would keep it at around 90. The reason I currently have it at, or 100, I should say. Well, actually, yeah, it would be at 100, but you keep doing it back to 90. But, the reason I currently have it at 110 is that's what we needed to get that one extra HP bonus the other time. And it's only 2 levels higher than what we would have had it at, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, the reason why you might want to bring it to 100 and then keep farming it at 90 is because if you go that far, you could still do the class event for it. It allows you to still do the Thursday class event that will come out, or Tuesday, sorry, the Tuesday class event for it that comes out about once every month now, like the 7th, or once every other month, I mean. So, that's the main reason why you keep it there. But yes, if you technically wanted the absolute quickest delve you could ever have, especially now that we're starting to get a decent number of delves, so it's starting to take a little while to cycle through them, you'd probably want to keep it at 20. You do it all the way through 20, so technically you'd be at 30, but then you keep backtracking to 20, and just keep doing every room there over and over and over again, and get all the loot from that. But either way works, just depends on what your preference is. But do keep in mind, if you keep it at 20, in the current state of the game, it is unrealistic to ever do the class event for it, or not the class event, the faction event for it every Tuesday when it rolls around, which currently is every 7 weeks. Ubistet instead of Infernus, and Dragon's Eye instead of, yeah, that would end up working. And Dragon's Eye instead of Mountain Crusher. Ubistet would be for cleanup, and the Dragon's Eye would be for just lowering them in general, and it also synergizes pretty good with Ubistet. Yeah, we'll probably change that soon. For now, I still need to use it for the burn and the board control that it has. Let's see. Because we don't have any board control other than those 2 once we do switch it out. Because right now we have 3, but we'll go down to 2 once we get rid of Infernus. And there are still instances that we're using him. Once we reach 200, he's going to start becoming a lot more obsolete. The higher stats go in general, Infernus starts to become more obsolete. He's only particularly good against things similar to your stats for the most part. Or at least not too far above. The further you go above, the harder he is to function. Using the farm team early here. Oh yeah, you can use Skeleton Key team here. The only thing you can't do is use Cedric, but you can, or wait, never mind, you can use Cedric. Wait, what is missing? You can't use Greed. But there's still workarounds for that. It's just a little bit of a slower gold start. I believe there's still that 1 gold convert trip too. Sea Dog? Scurvy Sea Dog? Does he have blue? No, he converts into blue, never mind. He doesn't actually have blue. But, yeah, the only thing you just don't have is the Greed. You can still easily work around that. Just a slower start for the team. Once you start getting XP rolling, it's basically the same thing. Okay, is he really going to live with 1 HP? See, that's why we have Burn. Burn at its finest. Killing something with a 1, 2, or 3 HP. Yay, Valraven, very nice. Feels like we haven't been getting many this time around. Oh, we still have plenty of sigils left. We were sitting on like 10 after that Valraven kill. Assuming we get that Valraven kill. Not over till we get it. Let's see, I'll take all that. This is Apothecary way to purple. Hit next explosion onto that. Do I throw Ketris first? No, let's throw the, yeah, we'll let him have that skull. Because I want to press damage on the bird. Fine if he hits us, barely going to do anything. Wow, our hero is almost already dead. Need to go get our durability. Oh no, Ketris, don't get hit. You need that damage. Let's see. I'm gonna do a weird move that I'm probably gonna regret. I'm gonna do it on you. And then Infernus kill it. There's a chance Infernus will miss. Never mind, it can't miss. Regardless of what 2 it would have hit, it would have hit it for enough adjacent damage. There we go. And now we just throw Ketris at the, what's his name? The High Forge. And one more hit will do it. And one Apothecary will do that, or that. That works too. And dead. Can you estimate how many gems was spent by first player on leaderboard? I actually have no clue because of how it upscales. I have not the slightest clue. Though we can calculate out about how many it takes to reach 500. But I can't really calculate how much it takes to get to 4 million. But I can calculate out how much it takes to get to level 500, as in maxing it out. So, oh, but then again, I don't know the rate of Valraven for delves. I believe it's approximately still about every 4 delves or so. So, I guess we'll calculate it out like that. So what is that then? You start at 20. So it's 50 minus 2, right? No, it's minus 1, because the 20th counts. Wait. No, it'd still be 480, or 48. So 48 is how many you would actually have to do. You get 4 free per day. So that's 12 they automatically have. So you would need what then? To reach that 48, you would need about 30 then. Because 30 divided by 4, and then that's extra divided by 4. Let's see, 30 divided by 4, and then the extra divided by 4. So that's 7.5, so that's about another 2. That's like 10 extra, so that's 40. You would still need another 8. So 36 sigils is approximately how many you would need. 12 of those are free. So you would need to buy 24 sigils approximately. And that's assuming you get every Valraven and you don't lose a single one. And it also assumes you do literally every room. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter if you do every room if you're just trying to get to 500. But it would matter for score. But, well, I guess it actually would, because Valraven can appear on one of them and you can skip over if you don't do every room. But approximately, it would take buying 36 sigils, approximately. Oh, sorry, not 36. Yeah, 36, never mind. Duh. No. You take out 12 from that. 24, I meant. So let's see. How many would you have to go then? Because I forgot. You have to take away the 12 from that. The ones you get for free. But yes, you'd have to buy 24. So, 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, 12... which is 1,000 something. I actually forget the exact amount. And then you would have to keep buying this pack for 200 each. So, we just said 12, right? So we would need another 4 of those, approximately. And that would end up coming out to a little under 2,000. Around 2,000. Around 2,000 then, is approximately what it would be. Because you'd have to buy all the way through all the packs. And the final pack approximately 4 to 6 times, depending on how Valravens are. And that should be all rewards. Or not all rewards, but literally all the way to 500 immediately, if you were to do that. Which means second place is currently only sitting at a little over 2,000 to reach it. Though it does look like it's going to be contested by the person below him as well. That was one of a circular math problem that went nowhere. Well, we kind of know. I just can't do the exact math in my head. I'm not that good at math. But it's around 2,000 gems, give or take 500. More so in the upwards direction. Also, while we're here, let me go do dungeons before I forget. Let's see. Can you oh, never mind. I already answered that. That's what we did all the math for. But yes, it's approximately 2,000 to 2,500 gems. Exact amount you will never really know, just because you could miss Valraven, or you could lose a Delve and stuff like that, which can greatly impact the amount you need. Did the lag really just come back out of nowhere? I did literally nothing. I do need to look into that, but I honestly don't know what is causing that at all. I've tried many fixes. Let's see. I'll take a skill there. Grab a. Let's take a yellow or something. Get a key down. Though it feels good knowing I'm not the only YouTuber that ever has technical difficulties. Have any of you guys seen Zeddicus Games or whatever he calls it? Jack Black's YouTube channel. I can't believe he still can't get his legato working. That's actually what we ended up getting, and we literally got it working on stream in like 1 minute. We did it on stream just for fun. I even ended up dropping it like a fail when I was opening it. But I have no clue how he's not getting it working. It's like such a plug and use instantly kind of thing. But I'm not sure. He did say he's missing his HDMI cable though. But need to get another cable. What is the benefit of playing casual PvP instead of ranked? You can repick with basically 0 cost. Is the biggest benefit that would have. It only costs 50 gold instead of 1 gem to cost, to repick, I mean, which is a lot more beneficial, so you can get much easier battles in casual PvP. The other thing that casual PvP is good for is farming the 1 trophy battles, because combined with being able to repick and just the fact that you tend to have slightly easier battles overall in casual PvP, not necessarily, but like the lower end tends to be a little bit easier. You can farm the 1 trophy very quick if you're trying to do some kind of like spam related team. For example, trying to get the event done really quick, like I might be doing this weekend because I barely even started it. I have to kill 300 yellow in PvP, which is normally something pretty easy, but I haven't really been doing much PvP this week between Tower of Doom and now factions. I've barely even touched PvP at all this week. So it's really good for getting a bunch of quick gold, quick glory, and getting an event objective done that's based in PvP. So for example, we have to kill a bunch of yellow. So we can see if there's yellow there, and basically just keep repicking until we get at least a decent battle that's super easy to kill and has some yellow. Like here, boom, we just got 2 yellows for basically nothing at all. We'd probably use an AoE team here or something a little bit better at killing out 1 trophies if we were to farm this for an extensive amount of time. Oh, I'd have to take yellow instead of brown, fail. But it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, we'd probably use like Leprechaun into an AoE kind of gigantic cast if we were to actually farm this, just because they would have really low stats that would go down in 1 or 2 shots. Maybe even like a Sunbird or something with like Forest Guardian. Just use it with a Firebomb, even just use it as standard Explorer team or something. But yeah, you just kill these out really quick and boom, we got 2 event gems, a bunch of hero EXP, a bunch of gold. It's not as much EXP as farming Explore, but it still ends up getting quite a bit. But yeah, you just keep repicking until you get really easy battles, or whenever you see an easy battle like that, you just take it. It's a lot easier at getting easier battles. Like compared to here, our easiest battle is way higher. It's still a ridiculously easy battle to take out, but it's not going to die nearly as quickly as the other ones do in casual PvP. But that's the main thing that's used for. Anyways, back to the event thingy. As I mentioned, we will hand out a redeem code once we get that orb. And we're almost there. Slowly but surely. Do I know what team goes well with Mang and a new Delve? The biggest issue is trying to fit a Skull Spam in there, I feel like. Just because most of the Skull Spam coloration doesn't really work too well with Mang's coloration. At least with the 2 colors that are available, red and blue. The other problem is blue has like 0 Skull Spam pretty much. But what's the double convert that uses blue? I feel like I'm completely forgetting what that is. It's probably the most perfect thing to use with it. But I can't think of which one of them actually is. Oh! No, it's not Siren. Which one is it? There has to be at least one. There's no way there's 0 of them that have it. Let me go double check that. But it's most likely Mang, Apothecary, a double skull spam that's blue based, and one other troop for support. Okay, get our explosion. Get a second Ketris. 2 down green. Full mana for that. Nice. Move that over. All the gold we need. Nice little poke. Get another poke. Furnace it and as match. Nimue? Isn't Nimue green purple? It has a convert, but it doesn't have red or blue. It has to have red or blue for us to use it. Let me see. What's a blue skull spammer? It has to exist. She doesn't count. Must be at least one. Let's see. Double convert. Where are you? The one that does skulls and then like one other color. Has to be one for blue. Oh, is it just the faction troop itself? That's weird. There might not actually be an option other than the new faction troop. I guess technically you could just use the new faction troop, I guess. Because you'd still be able to feed it blue. Yeah, I either missed it or it doesn't exist. Like, it technically exists, but it requires Death Mark, which is not viable. There's, what's her name? Bastite Priestess. But she's dependent on Death Mark to really get the double convert, so it's not really worth it. But, yeah, I guess you would just use the new troop that ended up coming in. And just use this. It's going to be a little bit of initially bad skull spam, though. You'd almost be better off just using a Goblin Rocket for board control than using that. Just because unless you have another, and if you don't have another bleed option, he's going to create almost no skulls, which is the problem. But, I don't know. I guess maybe just build a Mang Goblin Rocket team. Like Mang, Apothecary, Goblin Rocket, and one other brown that isn't horrible. And that would be your team. Bloodhammer? I'm trying to think of things that don't use brown-red. Because the problem is there's Shegra, there's Bloodhammer, there's a lot of things that fall under that coloration. But it's the same color as Mang is the problem. The exact same color. Which makes it a lot harder to use. I was trying to think of one that wasn't brown-red. Glaceon can't because it's not blue or red. But yeah, the most ideal thing would be a brown-blue skull spam, but that doesn't exist. Also, I think I am going to switch this into Upestet I soon. Maybe for the next one. This isn't really getting slow. Or if nothing else, at least replacing out Infernus for Upestet. And then replacing that with I. For now, it's fine having the extra durability. Because I don't really need the I of it. Or, you know, I don't need to convert. 2 times Azarus? Ah, you know what? 2 times Azarus actually would work out pretty funnily. That would be a really, really weird team, but it would work. Or it'd probably work. Mang? Let's see. Oh no, that seems a little overkill. But Mang, Apothecary, Goblin Rocket, and Azarus. Actually, you'd probably use the Goblin Rocket a little bit further up. Mang, Goblin Rocket, Apothecary, and Azarus. That's a little bit too much brown, but it would work. I don't know how far that would get you, though. That might only get you to like 250. Because that would give you the Goblin Rocket control, it would give you the Apothecary control and cleanse, and it would give you the Azarus for the scroll pokes between all the board manipulation that you can do between everything else. Yeah, I guess we'll take a skull. Get a skill there. Oh no, 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 not again. At least we only have to deal with this with the boss battle if he keeps doing this at the final battle. We'll do that. Yeah, he does that, unfortunately. Not much we can do to work around that. I better not die. I need it for the final battle. I guess it wouldn't be the end of this if it did happen, but it's so annoying. How are my stats so high? This is Delves, so we currently have our faction a little bit higher than normal. Not only would we have more stats from the faction, but I also got the faction itself a little bit higher. So if I go over to the Underworld right here, and we go over to Fang Moor. Also, thanks for reminding me, I need to go use shards. But we're currently sitting at a 190 horde, and I am going to be upgrading that to 200 once we get more better treasure. I'm only using these 3 treasures for it, but yeah, we should be able to reach that soon. We have to go open some more treasure for it right now. Let's see, I mainly just need the rare, the ultra rare, and good treasures. Unfortunately, that's not too much. We got 2 good ones, 3 good ones, and none of the treasure is good. That's an okay treasure, not what we need. Same thing over again, and an ultra rare. Yeah, I was still trying to get that up. But that's why our stats are so high. We're getting all this as bonus. We're getting 34 attack, 17 magic, 69 HP and 69 armor as bonus stats, and we're going up to 200, which would be those as bonus stats instead once we get to that point. But that's why our stats are so high. It's currently my only level 200 kingdom, or I mean my second 200 kingdom. My first one was Warren's, and our second one is this. And I'm probably going to start doing that for a lot of the newer ones, because we have nowhere else to really put our treasures other than whatever the new faction is. So might as well just kind of keep maxing out the new faction each time to 200 instead of to 100. That would also make when we finally go do 500s, the actual Delve 500, a little bit easier once we start going around to them. So this faction's 500 is a little bit annoying. Though the team that we get to use for is a lot of fun. It's just, it's going to be hard to win. Not as hard to see as Sorrows, but still hard. So that's applicable to almost every faction. Let's see. Is there a good purple Element Grim team without Infernus or Dawnbringer? For the most part, no. The only things you really tend to put it on is maybe like a dragon team here or there. Like a... Let's see. Like a Christine X Dragon Soul Worldbreaker Element Grim kind of team, kind of. But it tends to not really be used much outside of Infernus teams, because it gains so much extra value from being used with Infernus. So it's almost never used without it. I can't think of a single viable team that would actually like realistically use it. Dragon teams could use it, but they are really outside of meta these days. In the past it would have been okay, but these days they're relatively slow compared to just using Yagwe Queen Titania with some of the better combos that exist, or something else. Plus it's way cheaper rarity using that. The Element Grim's really only used as a purple related troop, purple and red, for like Delves or Guild Wars and stuff like that. So maybe, not Delves, sorry. For Guild Wars and Tower of Doom, I meant. I guess, yeah, I guess you could technically bring it out for Delves too. But it's really only used for red and purple overlap for those. And that's about it. It's tends to be a little bit too slow for PvP in the current state of the game. And it basically requires Infernus to get full value. Any team that doesn't use fully traded Infernus with it's just losing value just because you don't have a good burn most of the time. Or it's not that you don't have a good burn, it's just Infernus is hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, the best burner in the game. It's all he needs is one extra turn and he just burns the entire team. So it takes 0 turns to do, and it does the entire team simultaneously. And of course Element Grim is super burn dependent. He's also extra turn dependent to get attack reduction, but he mainly just needs that burn. Hello, Lone Wolf, welcome. Gotta have that burn. Alright, we'll take our blue, get our hit there, clean it with Infernus. Oh wait, did I just start a new Delve on accident? I meant to switch my team. Yes, I did. Fail. I meant to switch my team. Oh well. Well, switch that 200 then. I meant to put Ubistet in my last slot. Let's see how it performs. compared to Infernus there. I'm not going to replace out Mountain Crusher yet, though. But I do want to replace out Infernus just to see what Upastep can do. Because the further we go, the more we'll probably need Upastep and Dragon's Eye. Because what we can use Upastep for is, if we can one-shot one of these, and then half kill one of those, or even just that, we can now Upastep and then double kill. Whereas if we cast Infernus right now, it's probably not going to yield a kill at all. Like if we do this, it's probably not going to get a kill, and it doesn't. Just to be expected, but an Upastep would have. It would have gotten a double kill right there. Plus we can use Brown to beat it. We are getting quite a bit of excess Brown, especially when we're using something like Mountain Crusher. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Oh, we wouldn't use yellow then, though. Is the only problem with that, but that's not too big a deal. I don't think we could change our banner, though. Oh, actually, yes, we could. Well, no, we can't. Because we could, but I believe it's +2 brown, +1 purple, if I'm not mistaken. Which isn't necessarily bad, but then we lose our +1 for Apothecary. Which we might not necessarily need, but there are instances where we do. It's a +1 to blue, which makes it a little bit easier to get her mana. Because if there's no options on the board, we could 2-turn her if she has a +1. But if she doesn't, then we need a double surge in order for it to give her full mana, which is very unlikely. Whereas if we have a +1, we can take a blue and a green, and only one of them has to surge. Whereas we could still take a blue or a green, but both of them would have to surge if we don't have a +1. That or we'd randomly have to pull out 1 mana off of a explosion or something. Which if she's not blocked like she is, I guess that's manageable though. I don't know, maybe we'll go change the banner. Yeah, Queen Aurora is not a bad mythic. She's been better in the past. They actually technically indirectly nerfed her final trait because it can't multi-trigger. So for example, it's going to be hard to find an example. Oh no, we actually have one for once. So as you can see right now, we could take a yellow and brown simultaneously if we were to take this move downwards. If we were using Queen Aurora, it would only give us +1 to one of them, and it goes based on the coloration order of the game. I actually don't even remember the coloration order of the game currently. But if we were to take that yellow-brown, I believe it would give us brown? But it would only give us a +1 for one of them. It will not give it to both. It used to do it for both in the past, but it doesn't anymore when you take them both simultaneously. So if we take this move right there, it would only give us +1 for one. But if we, for example, took the red downwards, and we got that red 3, and then we got that 4 times of the brown, it would give us a +1 for the red, and then the +1 for the brown. But if we take them both simultaneously, it'll only give us a +1 for one of them. And that was an indirect nerf that they did to Queen Aurora about a year ago. And she hasn't been used as much since. She's still pretty good, but I don't know, that was kind of an unneeded nerf because she got quite a bit weaker from that. Because there are several instances that does end up having that happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but as you can see, there's another one right there that could theoretically happen. But the biggest thing that you can do to play around that is you just have to cascade your chains. So if we take this brown into that blue, if we move this over to the right, we'd still get the +1 for the brown and the +1 for the blue. But if it's simultaneous, you'll only do it for one of them. Let's see. That's the biggest instance where that's actually really applicable are things that create 2 colors simultaneously. So let's say a troop creates like red and yellow simultaneously. It's only going to give you a total of a +1, even if you get multiple of both. Whereas before she used to give a +1 to every single instance of it. So if you, for example, did like a gem spawn and you got 3 red pairs and like 2 yellow pairs, you would end up getting 3 additional red and 2 additional yellow mana. Now it'll just give you +1 to, I guess, red. I actually forget what color order is. The way to check color order is it's in Tradestone order. There actually is a priority order for stuff like that for Queen Aurora when you do take 2 at once. And the order priority is this. I don't have it memorized, unfortunately. It's blue, green, red, yellow, purple, brown. Okay, I was dead wrong. Brown is actually last. But that is the coloration order for things that prioritize based on color. This is also how mana gets distributed to your troops in instances where you have like multiple and you're wondering like why your troop didn't get like full mana or why it kind of got blocked a little bit if you took like multiple at once. It's mainly because this is the order of priority when it's going through all of the manas. So for example, if you end up taking blue mana and brown mana simultaneously and you have multiple troops that need blue and brown to different degrees, it would give you all the blue mana first and then it would give you all the brown mana. It looks like it's doing it at about simultaneously whenever it's actually happening, but this is the priority order that it does it in, and everything goes by this priority order. Very rarely is this applicable for anything, but it does technically happen. And it's been like that, I believe the entire history of the game as well. Hasn't ever changed, mainly because there's no need for it to change. There's almost no instance where it's really applicable though, which is also why I don't have it memorized. It's pretty trivial more often than not. Let's see. Let's move that over. That's the same as the order in the troop restriction display for delves and events. Let's see. Oh, I never even noticed that. It is. Oh yeah, I still use Queen Aurora. I use Queen Aurora mainly for, I would probably say Guild Wars, I would say. Out of every single location where I feel like she works well, it's probably Guild Wars. She's also insanely good at teams that need multiple +1s and +2s. Like if you're using a team that's really heavy with a lot of 10 mana costs, 11 mana costs, 14 mana costs, and 15 mana cost troops, she tends to be a really, really good option if you have a team that's basically composed of just those mana costs, which tends to happen a lot because of things like Mountain Crusher, Apothecary, and many other decent mid-range legends tend to be within that mana cost range, because all of those colors are heavily dependent on having a +1. The biggest ones that require a +1 are, let's see, 4 mana cost, 7 mana cost, 8 mana cost, 10 mana cost, 11 mana cost, 12 mana cost, 13 mana cost, and that's about it. Actually, really just not even 13. Mainly just up to 12. It's mainly just, the most applicable one of those is 10, 11, and 12 are probably the most important ones to have additional on. 10 requires a +1, 11 requires a +1, and 12 requires a +2. Technically 13, 14, and 15 are also pretty beneficial with it. 14 requires it so that you can 2-turn it, or 3-turn it consistently. 13 requires a +2 so that you can 2-turn it properly. And 15 just requires it to 2-turn it as well. And I guess technically 16 as well, assuming you surge. But everything beyond that doesn't require banner as much. Anything 17 and above doesn't really gain much of a benefit from it. You still do, obviously, but it doesn't necessarily require it. In those instances, something like Possessed King would be better. Which is also one of the reasons why Glaceon teams and stuff like that tend to run Possessed King, and other things that tend to run like Mythics in them instead of Queen Aurora. Because you get better value out of a Possessed King than a Queen Aurora. Yeah, she can't cleanse, unfortunately. If they added a cleanse to Queen Aurora, she would single-handedly be like one of the best troops in the game. Even with her final trait being nerfed, she would still be insanely good if they were to ever add cleanse. I don't know why they don't have cleanse on her. She doesn't even HP buff herself either. If she got HP buff to herself and cleanse to all allies, that would just be like the most perfect troop ever. Which is probably why they haven't done it, because it would cover too much ground. Her ability for the most part is pretty lackluster though. You basically just use it as a way to just not die occasionally, but it's not really that big of an impact. You just get like a small little barrier and you get a small little HP buff. And you do get a decent amount of gems, which can loop a little bit, but I don't know, for the most part it's pretty underwhelming. She's used almost entirely for her final trait. Also, we should be only one delve away from that orb. We'll hand out a code then. Get a Ketris on that. Get another explosion in there. And kill another Ketris. Yeah, we'll take this one first. Even though that's the Cedric room, this still has way better multiplier. And we already went through so many rooms that going for the Cedric isn't really worth it. I feel so bad for the Cedric room in this delve. Because you just don't get any value out of it at all. Even if you're to rush to it, you don't get any value because it's like the last battle of the delve. Nearly the last battle anyways. You would at maximum have 3 battles that you could do before it, though if it's all the way in the top left like it is now, the maximum you could have is 2. The boss room and the other treasure room. Okay, move that down, grab another Tetris. I'm really surprised how well Ketris is lasting, but I guess it's because we have higher stats. I'm not actually... This is the first time we've ever bothered doing a delve with a higher level horde. Normally when I do delves through all of these, I'm only using a level 100 horde. This is the first time ever I bothered actually going further than that. Which does make it decently easier, that's for sure. And we might be able to do that for now on, for every future delve as well. Because we're probably going to be able to get a reserve of treasure every single time, now that we don't really need to throw it anywhere or waste it. So we can just put it all into every new delve whenever it comes out. Okay, we'll do that. Put that down. Also, I really wish they would have it so you have 100% treasure drop rate. That's actually still not a thing yet. If you have literally every single... Wow, did he really just triple that? If you have every single delve troop in the game maxed out to 4 copies of Mythic, they still drop from every single delve location, like all those things. So half your drops are always useless troops that you don't need, assuming you have them all maxed. Whereas... it could be just treasure every single time instead. Kind of like how guild keys work, but unfortunately shards do not work that way. At least not currently. Would be nice if they did, but they don't. You still don't have her and you're missing 6 mythics? Oh, you definitely want to get her. Though if you have Possessed King, you can... More often than not, Possessed King is perfectly fine as a replacement for her. There are instances, like I mentioned, like the 10, 11, 12 mana cost, stuff like that, where it is better with Queen Aurora and stuff. But more often than not, Possessed King is basically Queen Aurora, at least from a mana accumulation standpoint. Functions a little bit differently, but it's a very similar premise. Also, the advantage of Possessed King is it can also be used to Skull Spam, whereas Queen Aurora exclusively is only to Color Spam. Yeah, we'll try Ubistet next and see if that helps any. Should be able to. He gains stats over time. He also has a double instant kill, which will work pretty good into the fact that our Ketris can't one-shot anymore. But a Ketris into a Ubistet will definitely double kill. We could probably just do... we didn't really get a kill. Luckily, this is the final battle, so it doesn't matter as much. But we could probably go for a Ketris into an Ubistet into an Ubistet. Throw Ketris at second slot, that then damages first and third by half. Then Ubistet will kill first and second, because the first one would likely be damaged even further by skulls. And then we do Ubistet again, and then third and fourth will go down. And that would be the match, and that basically be how every battle goes. Let's go and rush Apothecary, get Mountain Crusher down, get the mana for both of those two. Throw Ketris, throw Ubistet, and win. So with that being said, I should probably put Ubistet in front of the Ketris, even though we have to throw... But then again, I don't know. Because we need to throw Ketris first, but we also need to throw Ubistet twice. So, I don't know, maybe we'll just keep Tetris up front. We'll see. We'll try with Tetris up front, then we'll try with Ubistet up front and see how differently it works. Anyways, that's that. Let's go test one of these. Not much of a change. Initially, all we have to do is, hey, that was weird. How did, you guys saw that, right? It like appeared all the way in the corner. It was a weird visual glitch. Can't get it going again. I guess because I did it like right when it was transitioning screens. That was really weird. It happened for like just a second or two. But anyways, where were we? Let's go get that out of here. I think we need to change our banner too. But we replaced that with a Ubistet. And we'll just place it right there for now. Oh wait, duh, he uses yellow. Why did I say we weren't using yellow anymore? We just don't use purple now, is what we're not using. I forgot he uses yellow. I don't know what other color I thought he was using, maybe green or something. But, yeah, there we go. Actually, I haven't been using him much lately, Ubistet, for the most part. Ever since he's been nerfed, he always seems just like a little bit worse, but, well, because he is. But, I don't know, he's still insanely good. They've reduced his damage a lot, like his boost ratio was a 1 to 4, now it's a 1 to 6. I believe they lowered his base damage ever so slightly, like his magic. And the other thing they did is, they prevented the glitch where he could kill summons underneath whatever he killed. So for example, let's say he double killed the first 2 slots, and those two slots were Drake Riders that summoned back into Drakes. He would then instantly kill those Drakes as well. But now he does not instantly kill the summons. I wish they would add a mechanic like that actually isn't a glitch mechanic. Because it was really nice when Ubistet had it. It was the only thing in the entire game that had that mechanic, where if you killed something, it would instantly kill it if it summoned something. Not even stun does that, because the kill takes priority over the stun if it's not already stunned. There's currently nothing in the entire game that can kill a non-stunned troop that has a summon, and then instantly make sure that summon doesn't occur. Nothing in the entire game does that, but Ubistet actually did that back when he was glitched and insanely good. He's still good now, just a little bit less than what he was. And yeah, I guess we can still use Ketris there, because more often than not, he's still going to have enough damage to clean up. What would you use if you don't have Ketris the Bull? You could still probably run this team. You'd run Gargoyle there instead. It's kind of the same thing, except it does a lot less damage, but it has a lot lower of a mana cost. And you'll probably need a few more pokes. You're probably definitely going to need to use Dragon's Eye, though, to make it work a little bit better if you are going to go with a Gargoyle there. But generally, in any instance where you need a Ketris replacement, you can use Gargoyle and or Goblin Rocket. The Gargoyle is normally the more one-to-one replacement if you're looking to something to replace them in a given team. Gargoyle doesn't boost ratio off of like HP and armor though, but Gargoyle does boost ratio off of all the attack, which is something that Ketris does. Or not all the attack, but he does it for his own attack. So throw that down. I actually should throw it the other way around. That's not enough damage now. He actually does quite a bit of single target. He's only really good for when he can actually get a kill. Any team that's quite okay with Phoenicia, the mythic troop. I had a few teams set up earlier. I think the biggest thing I was really using it though with was like Alchemist, Moneylender, Sunbird, Her, I believe is what I was using. Something along the lines of that. Alchemist, Moneylender, Sunbird, Her, or some kind of other similar team. I had something okay set up earlier that I don't know if I still have set up or not. I might have overwritten it. But for the most part, I would not really bother with Phoenicia. He's one of those pretty underwhelming mythics that you almost never really bring out. If you really have no options, you could run what I just said. Alchemist is rare, Moneylender is rare, so you probably have all the compositions that you need for it. Sunbird's ultra rare, so it's relatively cheap to build. It's just not that good, unfortunately. It's going to be fine for early game, though. Like, if you have that under level 500, you can definitely get away with that team till probably 1,000. Yeah, she's really, really, really dependent on Red Storm. One other thing that you can use too instead of Sunbird is using your hero as Pride Guard if you have it upgraded. So it's a lot cheaper to max out Sunbird than it is to upgrade Sunspear to max. The hero class is Sunspear. Let's see. Also, hello, Julio. Welcome. Oh yeah, level 364. That team would be perfectly fine for that level range. Oh, good afternoon, Antian. Welcome. And if anyone still has any other questions, let me know. We'll get around to it. Also, I'll go check after this dome. I think we have enough to go get the orb. If we have enough to go get the orb, we'll hand out a code. I will take all that. Yeah, I'll move that over. Why not? You don't have enough mana for him, but a single cast of what's his name will do that. So we're pretty much already there. Their explosion. Be in kill range and dead. Okay, next room, tier 5. Let's see, what do we actually have here? Hey, we got a Cedric room. Is it worth going for? Probably not. It would give us slightly more gold, but it's going to give us less multiplier. It would give us less points for the game mode. And since we are technically trying for a leaderboard to some degree, I do want to make sure we keep our points high. I think we might make top 20. I'm not sure yet. If I can make top 20 with what I currently have, then we'll make top 20. But if I need to buy another pack, probably not worth it. Because we'd have to spend, what is it, 400 gems just to get an orb and an extra like 25 gems back. Oh no, we get all the other loot from it too, like the 260 shards. But then again, 260 shards is like 1 day's worth of shards, not that much, and like some other reward or something. Okay, what else I had? Like a little bit of gold or whatever else. Some legendary ingots, like 7 of them. Then again, we don't need that at all these days. Legendary ingots are so common. They're almost more common than ultra rares. Actually, they might be more common than ultra rare ingots. Hello, good morning, Daryl. And good morning, Daryl's wife. Okay, we'll take the blue over, get all the reds that we need. Take a round surge. Yeah, let's take that for now. We can mountain crusher down. Get a convert onto all those blues. Throw a Tetris right in the middle there. That'll be Ubestet range, most likely. Should be with all the attack. Oh, it's 4 off. Apparently not. If this was Guild Wars or something, I would calculate it out, but it's not really worth it for most other game modes. It takes too much time. Unless they ever make it auto-calculate, which hopefully they'll add eventually. I will use Ketris here. I'm not going to bother doing, what's his name? Actually, wait, is that enough to kill? No. Yes. No. Let's see. Let's throw Ubestet. Let's kill him with Tetris at this point. Tetris uses his skull to kill. Oops, we're webbed. This does nothing. Oh no! We had that web spinner battle and now we're webbed. Because everything they do, that the skull is a web now. Dragon's Eye doesn't have to deal with that, really. But Mountain Crusher does, unfortunately. So that's a little annoying. At least kill it with Tetris now. And we're going to get that a lot, too, because there's 2 tier 5 rooms. That's a little annoying. What do you take here? Let's grab a purple. No, blue to red. Or blue to purple. Colors, how do they work? Take a blue to purple. Get a Mountain Crusher since we're not currently webbed. Oh, that's funny. He actually gets 3 on-skull effects now. He has Web, Freeze, and Death Mark. How annoying. Luckily, if we have Barrier, he does none of that, because Barrier actually stops on-skull effects. On-skull effects only actually apply if they do damage. So if they hit on Barrier, they do nothing. So let's make sure he stays barriered. So as you can see, we didn't get anything, even though he has triple effects on his skull. So we'll go for Ubistet there. That'll kill those two. So we don't need to deal with that. Still needs to deal with Web though if he ends up doing it, but hopefully he does not. Take that for all the mana. Skull I could take, but we could also just mitigate it with barrier, and might as well do that for the extra mana we get. And now we just catch rid of Ubistet. Unfortunately, I don't have Ubistet mana though, so we'll go for another Mountain Crusher, beat him that way, and go from there. We'll do that, full mana, and a smash. We just throw Ketris. That brings us to kill range, then we Ubistet. Show a team with High King Iron Guts for delves or for just in general? Do you mean like for PvP and stuff, or do you mean for this particular delve right here? If you're talking about this particular delve, your team would most likely be Dragon's Eye, Apothecary, Iron Guts, and Possessed King. Possessed King would allow you to be able to devour everything, including things that have immune to devour. Apothecaries for all your mana. Dragon's Eyes to reduce them down. You could also use Mountain Crusher. And you don't even really need a Dragon's Eye. You could actually just use, if you have a Possessed King, you can get away with just using Mountain Crusher instead. But if you don't have Possessed King, you definitely have to run a Dragon's Eye there instead, just to make sure that you have a way to convert immune to devour troops, which will occur here and there. Normally that's not relevant because we have no mechanic that does that, but they do appear occasionally. The dwarf teams that come around. But if you're talking about PvP, what was the team we used to run for it? I believe it was Mountain Crusher, High King Iron Guts, Rock Troll, and either Stargazer and last slot or Mana Accumulator. Either or. And that would be your team for PvP. I think I actually ran Goblin King there, oddly enough, but you could run basically anything there. You could be Leprechaun, it could be some kind of convert, it can be Stargazer, so you get that initial attack buff onto your Iron Gut before he gets to Devour, just to increase his chance. But yeah, it feels weird doing high-level delves again. It's actually been a while since we've been to high-level delves. Since we've, haven't really been bothering with it lately. Just because we've been camping the Warrens. This is the first time we've really had super high delves to deal with for a while now. Feels weird seeing stats that high. Also, Ubistet, how did you get the first slot? What are you doing there? Okay, I'm pretty sure the Cedric ends up moving in there. Whoa! Wait, how did that one shot? That had to have been two. No, he didn't one shot. That couldn't have been. There's no way he did that much damage. That had to have been two skulls. Let's see. How did that die? We took that. We got our cleanse. Oh, he did double skull. Okay, never mind. Wow, those skulls hit quick. Anyways, let's go and throw a Ketris down. Luckily, this is final battle, so it shouldn't matter too much. But now it's like we didn't even have the Ketris. It's like our normal team now, except assuming we didn't put a Ketris in there. So it's not gonna be that big a deal. I'm not gonna bother for skulls. Let's see. Go and throw a hit on that again. Trying to get rid of his skull spam just so we don't have to deal with it. We don't have any cleanup troop for that, unfortunately, but we just get all of our mana and just hit it with adjacent damage off of Ketris. Kill it that way. Okay, did we kill first slot? No. I guess we get rid of his mana generator first. Oh, let me take that first though. We'll take that, throw that right onto actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. We'll do it this way. Because that gets rid of his other big threat of gaining a gigantic amount of attack and just one-shotting us. So we'll do that, take that down, throw Ketris at last slot, and that's pretty much fast. We'll take the skull over. With overkill, he would have died regardless of if we did that or not. And now one hit will do it from a Ketris. And we can just apothecary to full mana. Hello, Patrick. Welcome. Do you feel the cards are accentuate the female? Wait, what? Accentuate the female form more than necessary. Every card which appears female has gigantic melons. I do feel like they have done that to quite a few female troops, yes. Not all of them, but they have done it a little bit too much to some of them. Just a little bit. But no, then you look at Apothecary and it's like, yeah, they're definitely not doing that. But, no, they definitely have a good number of them, for sure. Okay, let's see. Let's take blue for now. Take our green. Can we please get one surge? We have like a 60-something% chance. Get on all the greens. But yeah, they've done that since day one of the game. Like every single Kingdom Epic was that since day one. Except for maybe like Lady Sapphira. Well, even her kind of has it too. Too much beard for your liking. Speaking of beards, I need to shave this soon. I don't think I have since, well, normally I let it all grow out during the winter and then just shave it all off once winter's done. And it seems like winter's gonna last forever this year. Just because of how cold it's been lately. Apothecary, case closed. I don't know why Apothecary was such a controversial troop. I guess because they keep making all of the females so aesthetically pleasing, and then they made her. It's a nice stark contrast to how every single other female is in the game, almost. So as far as the females that they probably did the best, I would probably say are ones like Bonnie Rose, Guillory, and ones like those, I would personally say are my favorite, as far as how they did it visually. Patrick. Okay, let's go take that down. Just trying to get a Cascade there, didn't get anything though. Do we have anything to Apothecary? Does not look like it, so let's take that. Still have nothing, take the red. Still have nothing, but we got all of our mana. So with our Petrus down, that'll go right into Ubistet. And repeat the cycle, and we win. Voodoo down reds. Throw a Mountain Crusher just to get it to full. If we can get it to full. Apparently we need Apothecary again. Their last little bit of mana. Still apparently not enough. Yeah, we'll waste an entire turn just to do that. I am going to deliberately do it on that one instead of the other way around just to make sure it goes in kill range, just in case. I don't want to actually kill her, otherwise that Ruby Step probably wouldn't have been enough damage. And there we go. Apothecary is a fine dwarven beauty. That is a really nice beard. Hello, Chuck. Welcome. You're a brony, so Queen of Roar is your sex symbol. That's funny. Yeah, as far as the troop I actually find the sexiest in the entire game, it actually is Sunbird. Like Sunbird, Dragon Soul, stuff like that. It's probably the ones that like no one would actually find to be that way. But yeah, those are the ones I tend to find the most aesthetically pleasing. Let's see. I'm actually gonna throw Mountain Crusher before we get that up, so we get the Ubistet to max, and then we just instantly kill it. Should be way more than enough damage. We hit way over 100 even when there's only one troop left with that Ubistet. It gives the man something to hang on to. Well, that's what here is for in general. Have it on both sides. Let's see. I'll get a Mountain Crusher down. Get a Apothecary on the greens. Get a brown. Get a hit on all that. That should be enough to Ubistet. That many troops on the team, it's getting a lot of attack boost ratio, so easily die out. No, another summon. That's a nice pickoff for. Never mind. Well, it's a nice pickoff apparently, but it's a nice pickoff for Ubistet. He wouldn't have done that. And he goes right back to another dragon. Yeah, we'll go get full mana on that. Throw that down, kill that, or that's not going to kill, but Ubistet should. I'm actually going to take a skull just in case it's not enough. It gets blocked by a 1.2. Amnesia for you. Amnesia doesn't look too bad. Let's see. We'll stick around over. Grab our red. Let's see. Go for a convert there. Yeah, I tend to like all the Anthro characters the most, probably. Furry bias, unfortunately. Like things like Amira, I tend to find like the absolute best as well. In regard to that. Unfortunately, she's not really viable for much. She's only really a blue counter, and very rarely gets used for anything. There's a lot of troops that look really good that basically never get used. Just because they're not ever used in any meta ever. And it wastes a lot of good troop arts from the game just because they aren't good for anything. Or very, very, so ridiculously rarely used for anything. We'll take brown down. Grab our purple there. A gelatinous cube. Surian ended up excessively sexualizing the gelatinous cube when he did the story. If you guys remember the lore keeper, the very first lore keeper that they ended up doing, the way that he described the cube, I could see how you could have those feelings. Like, he way went over the top for it. Like, that was barely PG. The way he was describing the cube. Let's see. We'll go and, get... Oh, oops, I didn't mean to kill. Whoops. Oh no, we're doing too much damage. I wanted to lower it enough so it'd be in one-shot range so we could Ubistet. With that being said, I don't know why I didn't just do it on the king to begin with. But oh well. You guys are a bit weird. There's nothing wrong with being weird. Furry bias OP. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone. Yeah, we'll take that over. Get Apothecary onto blue. Oh, Wraith ain't bad either. Let's see. Tacet is the real beauty? No, I wouldn't say that. I would say statistically I am below average on appearance. But I don't really mind too much. Let's see. I'll throw it on purples. Yes, being a bit weird is definitely more fun. Might be normal. Let's see. We'll go and throw that down. I was hoping that would have to yield at least one kill. Apparently not. That's a bit of a waste of Ubistet, so well. All we need now is a skull into him, and that should Ubistet kill. The biggest issue is Cat just keeps blocking it, but one way or the other, one thing's going to be blocking the other. Mimic is the cutest. Mimic seems to be such a cliche thing, though. A lot of the troops that they do add, or maybe not a lot, but several of them do tend to be based on various things that already exist. But, I don't know, Mimic's just too easy of a one. Like, that's such a popularized thing that, well, I guess they've done that for a lot of things, though. Like, they added, like, almost every Norse god. They keep adding all of the, like, Greek things as well. Like, they're gonna almost run out of content to rip off eventually. Well, not really rip off, but, you know, get inspiration from. Let's see. Go into this one. Also, that might be one of the reasons why I like this delve so much, too. Particularly the actual troops from it. It feels like Darkest Dungeon, because all the bleed and poison and everything. All we need now is good movement troops, and we'll have Darkest Dungeon. That's actually a game I haven't played for a while. It's been like a year since I bothered playing that. Really good game if you haven't tried it yet. Probably my favorite roguelike ever. It's technically a roguelite and not a roguelite, though, because it does technically have progression in it. But still, it's really good. I'll take the brown over. Get So right there, basically what I was referring to earlier with Ubistet glitch, it doesn't occur anymore though, as you can see. But what used to happen with it is, well, apparently Stass Effect glitch still works. But what basically used to happen with Ubistet is that he would do that double kill, but then if something summoned in the location where you killed, it would instantly kill whatever summoned there. So that would have been a free Dragonet kill right there, without needing to do anything. But as you can see, we actually got a different glitch to occur. It's a Stass Effect glitch. Basically, whenever you kill something and you place a Stass Effect, as long as it's still in the exact same location, the Stass Effect will go onto the summoned troop. They fixed the Ubistet double kill, but they haven't fixed the Stass Effect thing that occurs after death. It's not as big of a deal, but you can use that to instantly put Stass Effects onto troops that you just killed. The most noteworthy one of doing that is Death. Being able to place Death Mark immediately on something you killed. Most other instances of it don't tend to be too useful, but Death tends to be the most useful one in that regard. So if you were to split damage kill something on the enemy's team, and it resummons into really any slot, it would auto Death Mark it. I have played it in the past. We've streamed it 2 different instances. One about 2 years ago and another about a year ago or so, when the Color of Madness ended up coming out. But we can start streaming it again at some point. It's a great game. It's actually pretty good for stream content too. Just the dynamic of the game works really good for streaming. I think that's actually what ended up getting the game so popularized too. It's just that it's such a good stream game. We'll get the brown over, another mountain crusher. But this game is actually set up very similarly to a degree. Even though this game technically came out first, so they will probably both be developed around the same time. Well, not exactly, but they both have the whole 4-troop kind of layout thing. And they do share some similar mechanics as far as like Stass Effects and stuff. And just movement and other things. Though the other game uses it way more than Gems of War does. But team building is very similar, except that you have way more options in Gems of War. Darkest Dungeon has like, what, 15 or so options? Gems of War has almost 900 if you count weapons. Let's see. Well, they have ran into some copyright issues in the past. The Phoenicia Mythic ended up having troop art that looked very similar to, I believe, Luna in Dota 2. Or not Luna. What's the fire one? It's not Luna. Luna's the one that rides on that one cat thing with the glaive. What's her name? Gosh, I haven't played Dota 2 for so long now, I forgot her name. But that one fire one. Lena? It might be Lena. I forget her name. But it's the one fire thing from Dota 2. It like kind of ripped off its art or something. Or at least looked so similar to it that it could potentially be considered it. Let's see. Actually, that's a game I've never streamed to. It's been a while since I played Dota 2. I used to be like really into that game, like Dota 1 way back in the day. Dota 1 from like 2004 to 2014. Even when Dota 2 came out, I was still playing Dota 1. But yeah, I ended up playing that a lot in my childhood. It's actually one of the few games I probably have the most amount of time in, other than maybe like RuneScape or something. Actually, RuneScape's probably a little bit higher, but I probably have like 5,000 hours into Dota in Dota 2. Maybe even more than that. Probably more. Might actually almost be more than Gems of War. It's probably more like 10,000 hours. It's hard to tell. I know specifically I have like 2,000 in Dota 2, but Dota 1 is really hard to track. Just because I played it for a lot of my childhood in between other games. Yeah, I should probably get back into the MOBA genre. It's a fun genre. The biggest thing I hate about it, though, is people. That's probably the biggest thing I hate about it. Other people. It's just really frustrating sometimes. I don't exclusively play single-player games, but teamwork-related games with random people can be very annoying sometimes, especially with voice chat. Also, I hate voice chat. That's probably another reason. Oh, I completely forgot to hand out this orb. I'm almost have every single loot now, and we still haven't handed out that code yet. I think the main reason is I don't have the tab open for it yet. No! Stop giving us greens! Okay, hopefully those two orbs are better. Anyways, let's go give out a code. This will take a minute, though, because I closed out the tab for it. Let me go retrieve it real quick. It's only going to take like 30 seconds extra. It's buried underneath all this mess. Let's see. Where's the tab for it? That's the one for all the troops. That's the one for... Where'd it go? Okay, let me go bring it back up. I don't even have it up at the moment. That's why I can't find it. I have the Gems of War forum up, but I don't have the one for the redeem code, so I'm gonna go get it real quick. Go to mail. Go to codes. Go to copy paste it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Get that one. Doesn't matter which one. Mark it so we know we used it. Copy, save, and double check it works. Let's see, open up the game code section. Put that there. Paste it. Get the whole thing. Does indeed work. Copy. Get rid of all that. I'm pretty sure that's not even lagging the stream, but I'm still closing it just in case. You never know. But there you guys go. There is the... Oops, it pasted twice. I don't want it twice. There you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code is found underneath your settings menu. Apparently it's going to take forever to load because we did so many battles. But it's underneath the general settings menu. Whenever you go under there, whatever your game says there is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is the random numbers and letters right over there. Just copy paste that or type it out. You go to gemsofwar.com to use it underneath the game code section, or simply click that link. Both go to the same location. And give same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 2,500 gold. And it's usable on every platform except for the 2 console versions. Did I ever end up playing the second part of the expansion of Darkest Dungeon? Yes. I ended up playing... Oh, unless they added another one recently that I'm not aware of. But yes, we played Color of Madness, and we played... what was the other one called? Something Blood Moon, something. Theater of... No, not Theater of Blood. That's RuneScape's thing. Or old school RuneScape. The Crimson Court. Crimson Court and Color of Madness. Unless they added another one since then. I don't think they have yet, though. But, yeah, there's the redeem code. Same thing as always. And let's go claim all of our shards as well. Also, speaking of shards, while we're here, do we have 200 yet? Yes, we do. Let me go spend all these. We still need to try to get this faction maxed. And we're almost there. Let's see, how close are we? If we go under our troop menu. Troops, class, no, not class. Troops, that was the right, I was in the right location to begin with. So we go into here, we go under Fang Moor, And we need 11 more copies. Oh, actually a little bit more than 11 because I want to have some excess. But yeah, we're almost there. We only need about like 13 more copies of the Asp because I do want to have enough to run a triple team in case I ever want to run a triple team with it. But yeah, we only need 2 more copies of him. And yeah, we're almost there. Very nice. Also, we have enough of the legend now to run 3 of the legend if we want to. I don't think we'd ever realistically do that. But we could if we want to. We could if we want to. But let's keep moving forward with this. We'll easily have the event done, of course. The rest is basically just going for leaderboard. And we should be right on top of the leaderboard as well. We're actually 1 room away from finally making leaderboard. And as I mentioned earlier, I believe we can actually make top 20 with how far we bought our packs. Because we just keep going forward and do every room and not lose, I believe. We'll be able to get away with that. I think I'm going to try doing every single room the entire time. Unless we start desperately failing. But I don't know, if we keep using this, I don't even think we need Dragon's Eye. We just keep using this because it's safer with Mountain Crusher and get all of our mana off of it. Let's see. Your best friend is not a really competitive person. Oh, I definitely am. And he refuses to play online multiplayer games with you just every once in a great while. You can talk him into it. Oh, I like playing with friends online. I just don't have many friends. And by don't have many friends, I mean I have like almost no friends. Well, you know, I still have all of you guys and everything. And I do consider you guys all friends. But you know, like friends in like actually like seeing each other and stuff like that. Like I don't do that with anyone these days. I will be in the near future. But yeah, I don't get out much. I'm way too much of an introvert to really need that, but recently I have been desiring it a little bit more than normal, so I will be in the near future. But, yeah. I'm perfectly fine on my own. Let's just go take that, get another catch us down. And what else we need? Get a Mountain Crusher. It's not gonna be enough to kill, though. Actually, we just do it again. That will be, though. And then it goes. Yeah, I have a lot of online friends. Depending on how you consider that, I have anywhere from dozens to hundreds to thousands. Depending on which version of friends you start to deviate them into. But as far as people that I know, like, actually, there's very few. Like, very, very few. And almost no one locally. Let's see. Take that down. Grab a apothecary there. It also doesn't help that I'm currently in the south. Nothing against the south. It's just a lot of people here, I just don't know their backgrounds as well. Compared to up north. Let's see, I'll get an Oopstead there. Get another Mountain Crusher. Yeah, do we even need Petrus? The red. Get a get another Mountain Crusher. Unless we get a Skull, it's not gonna be enough damage though. Still gonna try it. And nope, I already knew that wouldn't be enough, but still did it anyways. Okay, we'll need another Oopstead then. There we go. I should do a Tacet meetup event. Normally for YouTubers that tends to be VidCon, but my content doesn't really tend to be video based. That or E3, but I don't know, I wouldn't really bother going to an event like that, I don't think. I've never actually been to any kind of convention or anything similar to that of any kind. Mainly because they almost seem like a waste of money to me. Because if you count all the expenses, the cost to get in, hotel, food, any souvenirs that you might get while you're there, the travel expense of the plane, the hotel, you're talking like anywhere from $500 to like $1,000 just for like a weekend-long event thing, which I don't know, I could never really justify spending that for something. It's kind of like the whole Super Bowl, like tomorrow. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention that. I probably will be streaming a little bit earlier tomorrow because of Super Bowl. But, like the Super Bowl, how much does the Super Bowl cost? I don't even know. But, you have to pay for the Super Bowl ticket, the hotel for while you're there, and, like, all the expenses, you're probably, like, over $1,000. Actually, how much does it cost to go to Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure it's some kind of absurd amount of money. that will make my draw drop if I even know what it is. Why do I feel like it's like several hundred just to get in? Let me see. I actually have no clue how much it costs. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's not even possible to get tickets anymore. Super Bowl tickets. How much is it? Why did none of these say cost? Maybe I should just say cost. Whoa! Wow, it's in the thousands. That is absurd. Who spends that kind of money just to do that? Like, stuff like that, I don't understand. I watch sports? No, I watch the commercials. No, of course I don't watch sports. I'm just in it for the commercials. I root for the commercials. And take bathroom breaks during the game. Basically just there for the halftime show and for the food and for the commercials, and that's it. Yeah, it's 2,500 to 3,000. I didn't realize it was that absurd. And that's on top of all the other costs that be associated with it, like travel, hotel, and food, and any souvenirs, which anyone just going to that probably would be getting. I don't know if it makes people happy, and if people have the money to throw it at that. Still seems way too out of... It still seems way too much, though, for something like that. Okay. Let's see. Is that over? Get mountain pressure. Oh yeah, I always post all the replays of everything I ever do on the channel. Every stream I ever do is always uploaded, even if it completely fails. Even if lag destroys it, I still tend to upload it. As long as it goes over something. Unless it's like super, like unwatchable. But yeah, I upload everything I ever stream. Can you imagine how much a season or lifetime tickets cost? Oh gosh, that would be like salary of several years. If you were to do it for a lifetime just for one person. Yeah, I couldn't even justify several hundred for a convention, let alone something like that. Also, since I'm not paying attention, we just died. Actually, I might even lose this whole delve now. Fail. Gotta be really careful in these later delves. You gotta keep taking barrier for your hero or it dies in like a few hits. Like that. Let's see. We can actually lose this entire delve now. Gotta be really careful Pop Fury doesn't go down now. Dies in 2 hits. Actually, no, she might be able to survive 3. If she can survive 3, we actually should be fine. We just have to make sure we take every skull. Take the red there. Throw, do I waste that for Ketris? No. I think we just go and wait and get Ubistet at this point. We'll take that blue. Unfortunately, it doesn't surge, but we just get a little bit extra mana there. Take the red. Even if we get the skull there, it won't matter. Ubistet dead. He probably won't want to admit how much it costs. Probably. Okay. So here's the dilemma. Do we go left and risk not being able to move forward? Or do we go right and take out the boss room? Place your bets now. Right is the safe option. Left is the long, but it could give us more points, but also instantly lose option. Let's see. What do we have? We have a double silence. That's going to be annoying. That one will be manageable. Left. That one will be annoying with Christina X Divinia. And that one's pretty easy as long as he doesn't troll us with Random Devour. Well, apparently everyone says left except for one. There's only 3. But more say left. I don't know, I guess we'll try left. We'll see what happens. We'll go all the way until we have nothing. We need to keep at least our last 2 troops if we're going to win last battle, though. Technically, we need even all of them. If we lose even one thing at this point, we're probably going to lose the rest of the delve. But Apothecary does have enough to survive 3 hits, so that factor is going to have to carry us the entire time. So I'm just going to take a random red here, not much else to take. Every skull we do have to take just to make sure he doesn't. So there is an extra turn here, so we'll go for that instead, just to get it out the way. I have Ketris. Do we want to use that immediately? What's the biggest threat? Probably the silence. Out of everything on his team, I think the silence is the biggest threat. We're actually going to take that out first by hitting him directly with this. And now would be a good time to calculate out exact damage. But for the sake of time, no. Okay, so unfortunately that didn't kill. But yeah, all we need to do is get Apothecary back up and then throw down a... Okay, never mind. Well then, that's gonna be a little annoying. Hopefully she gets cleansed very soon, or we're in trouble. Oh no, we're in one shot range. Not looking good. No, the wrong one cleansed. If we had Apothecary there, we could still have won. It's not over yet, but it's pretty close to over. Okay, we'll take that skull just so he doesn't. Get that way. There we go, Apothecary, we got this. We don't have any convert though, do we? At least not for an extra turn, so it's not relevant to go for. We'll stick a red there. No! Okay, good. I saw skulls fall there, it's like he's gonna get it. Okay, good. He cleansed, or he silenced everything except Apothecary. So we can just do this. Boom. Focus at him, get our double kill, beat the cycle, and win. We still have a chance, so we'll do that. Come on, Apothecary, don't die. Do I take this blue? That is such a dangerous blue. But he's about to double blue, so I probably should. Good. Didn't get anything. No, 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 no! Okay, good, we're fine. Okay. So, let's take those reds. So that needs to reach full mana. We'll throw Apothecary for it. Got a random skull. That should help some. We'll throw Ketris on the weaker one, and then we should be able to Ubistet into it as follow-up. It should hopefully be enough damage. Yes, good. Here we go, another battle down. And that should have been the hardest one of these, though that doesn't mean we won't die on these, but that should have been the hardest. Hopefully. It's going to be really weird battles. Let's see. Grab all that. What would Trump do? Donald Trump, what even? An interesting character. Okay, we'll go and, actually, Donald Trump does remind me a lot of my dad. Like, they almost seem like the exact same person. Let's see. Take a red. Grab a... I need Apothecary mana, but there's nowhere to really get it. Take a red over there. Okay, we lost. This was a bad idea. This was a really bad idea. Okay, we'll go and grab a... What is even safe here? There's not a single safe move. I think we take Green Surge just because one of those chances at least doesn't give him anything. Oh, and we actually got the one chance that doesn't give him anything. Wouldn't that be sad if the thing that kills us is Burn? Out of everything that we're going to lose to, we might actually die to Burn. What even burned us? Does he have Skull on Burn? He does. Okay, that's what's going to kill us. Or Burn on Skull, I mean. We didn't die yet. We're still in this, somehow. What even is the biggest threat to kill? All of it. All of it's the biggest threat. We'll throw it down on her. That's not kill range, though. We're going to need another hit just to even bring us closer. We'll do that. Okay. I guess we take this brown. We throw it on her again. That will kill him. And then that gets rid of every damage source other than skulls. Problem is you can still get skulls. I'm going to take this red because there's an extra turn chance out of it. Didn't get it. No! That's awful. Oh no, and I overkilled as well. Well, we gotta go to the final battle now. We don't really have a choice. Now that we lost Apothecary. It's still technically winnable, though it is very unlikely. That's still technically possible. I'm actually gonna... did we ignore that skull? No, actually we're gonna take it. Take the yellow. Should taking the green first just to get more off the board. I guess we wait till he gets full mana before we do anything there.
Mana surge.
You can do this, we believe in you. It's always fun getting battles like this where you actually do have to play them out with like a ridiculously awful team. Well, the team initially wasn't awful, it's just it died into awfulness. We'll take that over. Grab a, what do we want here? Grab a, let's do that for now. Fortunately, I can't take that blue extra turn. We'll go and... I don't want to cast this because the second we do, it's going to block.
Mana surge.
But also, if we get hit by a skull, it loses a lot of its damage.
Mana surge.
How is that not full mana? Well, we're 1 mana short. And no way to really do much with it. I think I finally passed my turn. Well, actually, we can take our green. Then he's going to get full mana. But then the only way we get full is off of yellow. He's going to get summoned. But then again, we can just Ubistet right into that summon and get our double kill, then throw Ketchers, then throw some skulls or something. Or even just throw Ketchers directly at what he's going to do, then throw Ubistet, and then we win. Problem is, where's our mana? What do we need? What do we need? So we take that, we adjacent kill the other, or we kill that, the adjacent will bring that to kill range, and then we go from there. So we denied my red, but he finally gives us yellow, so we win. Oh no, maybe not, we might not have enough damage. So we'll take our yellow. Oh, especially after that. Pretty sure that's not enough damage anymore. We'll see. Let's see, we'll throw that there. Okay, it is, never mind, that's fine. And then we Ubistet. Okay, so here's going to be a weird battle. Ketcher's first slot with Ubistet against this. Because there's no way we could realistically kill that. I guess technically we could take the Mimic Room, but if he gets even 1 Devour, we auto-lose. Let's go try this. Ketcher's plus Ubistet. Also, I think this is about time to go change to Dragon Eye or that other weapon. It's probably about time. Okay, what do we need here? So every skull we have to take, pretty much. Even if we can't drop for it. He's gonna get that, which is gonna lower our stats, and unfortunately he hit the right target as well to lower our damage. I think what we do is throw everything into first slot and then try Ubistetting him. And then at least we'll get a double kill off of that. And then we just try to figure out how on earth we kill the other two. So we can take that for an extra turn. Skull we have to take. Unless we could drop it and do something. Or drop it away if nothing else. Okay, Ketchers has like 0 damage now. At this point, it's basically solo Ubistet, which is also technically still winnable. Okay, so we got Ubistet. That's not going to be kill range though. We'll throw this down. That is not enough damage, but that skull should be enough after we do it. So we'll do that. Go get an absurd attack buff that basically allows them to 2-shot us now. But then again, he was pretty much already in 2-shot range. That will definitely double kill. So at this point, I need my first slot to die, and then we need to go get Ubistet to full mana. So I actually deliberately need to give him a skull. The reason I need to do this is so that he's not blocking my mana anymore to Ketchers. So ideally we would take red here because he's about to create a lot of red, but there's no way to do so, so let's do that. He'll create a little bit of red. Apparently the AI has no clue how to use that, so that's good. He's probably going to get a kill here, which is fine. I'll take some green here, some red. That'll die, as to be expected. Okay, so now we somehow need to hit him with like 4 skulls before he hits us with 1. And then cast Ubistet while getting his mana. That seems very unlikely. Oh, we already lost. There we go. Very unlikely. Okay, let's pay attention this time and not lose a troop. Okay, let's try that again. Anyways, let's do it with Yasmin. Yasmin's weapon thingy. What's it called? But then again, you know what? I am going to keep Mountain Crusher. We're just going to pay attention a little bit more. Because that's the only thing that really killed us, was not paying attention. So let's try it again. As long as we keep taking barrier, it's going to be fine. You're always going to get those battles eventually where they just kill you out of nowhere once you reach higher stats. We just need to make sure we keep taking barrier, or keep having barrier up on our hero, I mean. and taking skulls when we can, if it's needed. Better take a brown to make sure we have durability against it. I should have oopsteaded instead. Now I actually need to go and explode just to kill that. He's still not dead. There we go. Make a team consisting of wall troops. Gosh. We could. There actually are enough walls now. There's Dwarven Gate. There's Wall of Thorns, or Wall of whatever it's called, the Wall of Tentacles. I mean. So there's Wall of Tentacles, Dwarven Gate, Fortress Gates, and what was the fourth one? There's another one, wasn't there? And Wall of Bones. So yeah, it is actually possible now because there's 4 walls. So we could technically build a team of 4 walls. It wouldn't really work that well, but it technically is possible. Was there a Doom team without trickster shots? Yeah, we streamed it on Monday. Monday was the stream without trickster shot. As far as an actual viable team, there's not much that goes into the later ones without it, unless you're using a Yasmin's Pride related team. And a lot of people don't have that, unfortunately. You can run with Mang or Earth's Fury, and just try cheesing it with skulls like you always can with Titan. That's about one of the only other few options. Oh, at least we didn't miss the Valraven. If we're finding a Valraven here, that means the previous delve did not have it. But at least we didn't lose too much value from losing the previous delve. Let's see. What do we do here? I guess we just throw it right at it and then oopstead it. Let's see. I don't really understand like his whole thing with the wall. Like, border security is important, but I don't know. He just seems way too over the top of wanting a wall for almost no reason. Other than that, he made the campaign promise that he would. But other than that, there seems like no realistic reason why you should do a wall there instead of just other security measures. Because even if we build a wall, there's just so many other ways that illegal immigration can be done if people do want to do it. And a wall is going to make almost no impact whatsoever on it. So the solution he's even trying to fix wouldn't even do anything to it. Also, I have a funny story. One of my friends actually almost couldn't get back into the United States because he's actually on a green card right now. And he ended up going to France for a trip. And because of stuff that's going on in France right now, they have like a large delay on like the papers for it. And yeah, he almost wasn't able to get back in the United States. He doesn't actually have a proper card. He has to like show the paperwork, just like showing that it's getting delayed and everything. But yeah, he almost couldn't get back into the United States, even though he's been here for like the last several years. Let's see. Throw that down. Go get an oopstead there. He wants to make the Great Wall of Trump. Let's see. I'll throw that down. Yeah, it's a vanity project for him. Yeah, he wanted to try going to Mars too. I ended up reporting about that he wanted to try getting to Mars before 2020, which would be excessively unrealistic. I think current plans at earliest is like 2030 projections. He watched too much Game of Thrones. That's actually a series I never saw at all yet. Might eventually just bench the entire thing. What's the best pure faction team for Hall of Guardians at 500? Silent Sentinel, Gargoyle, or Silent Sentinel Triple Gargoyle. Either or. Space Force. Yeah, he did create a Space Force. I'm not sure exactly what's still up with that, but yeah. I do agree that we do need a Space Force. But I feel like now's not the time with how many other issues there is in America right now. That is like one of the last things we need at the moment. But I could realistically see in like 20, 30 years from now, us actually having a Space Force. Like, not to a degree that he would probably see a Space Force, but, you know, like actual exploration and just testing and other things. Kind of like a branch off of NASA in a way. But, like, what he is expecting out of it is nowhere near realistic. Especially at this current day and age. And how many other things we could be putting the money towards. I missed your question. Sorry, what was your question? Also, sorry for bringing up politics. It kind of just, like, tangented over there. I don't mind talking about it, though. I know people would kind of hate it, though. They're probably watching me to get away from it, not to talk about it. I don't mind talking about it. Let's see. Sorry, what was your question? I didn't see it. Best explode spam team for low levels? Leprechaun into Mountain Crusher. It's basically just Mountain Crusher Leprechaun. And you just keep looping it back and forth between what other two damage sources you want to use. But you basically just keep doing Mountain Crusher and Leprechaun, or sorry, Leprechaun and Mountain Crusher, and just keep going back and forth. And you get infinite loop off of that. Well, you know, not infinite loop, but you get, it's not extra turn loop, but it's, you keep getting mana loop. Elon Musk for president 2020. Yeah, there's a lot of people running in 2020. It's gonna be interesting how it pans out. I'm also curious if anyone from the right's gonna challenge Donald Trump. I tend to be a centrist, but as far as like American politics, I'm probably like far left. But globally, I'm probably more towards the centrist. It just America's political system is extremely far right. Let's see. We'll go and throw. Oh, I should go for the kill there. And then we can just double boost those two. Well, there's a few people that are decent on the Democratic side that look interesting. Some of which that may even appeal to Republicans and stuff. But the main ones I would say look the most interesting at the moment is, of course, Bernie Sanders if he runs. Maybe Elizabeth Warren. She's kind of iffy on some issues, but she would be okay. Chelsea Gabbard. The media is giving her a really hard time, but she's not really that bad. Let's see. She's probably the most anti-war out of any of them, which is nice. And Andrew Yang has an interesting platform, though he's probably not going to get even more than 1% because like no one knows who he is. But those are probably the main ones, I would say, for the most part. At least those who currently look like they're running. Of course, anyone could still enter the ring. I'll go take a skull down. Skull over, grab a Catcher Slayer. Yeah, most illegal immigration is from people overstaying. My dad actually did that with Canada. Because he used to do work up there, and he did end up overstaying it once, just because he still had work to do, and the process for trying to renew it just would have been too much of a hassle. It wasn't by that much, but it was by a little bit. Actually, it even gave me some issues when I tried getting back into Canada at one point, when I went to Toronto. I've been to Toronto a couple times for about a week or so, but one of the times they ended up giving me a bit of an issue because my dad has the same name as me. You know, not exactly the same name, but you know, the first, middle, and last name are exactly the same. So they thought I was him, and because he was doing, because he overstayed the visa once, they were like asking me a bunch of questions and other stuff, and it was just a whole gigantic headache. I was still able to get through without any issues, but it took like 2 hours longer than it needed to. We'll go with Mountain Crusher. Get all of that converted. I still have yet to leave this time zone as well. I probably will be later this year, but I've never actually left Eastern Standard Time Zone. I've been almost all the way up and down. Well, maybe not all the way up and down. I've been as south as Florida and as north as Toronto, Canada. We're a little bit north of that. I forget what cities are above that. But, yeah, that's as far as I've been so far. All in Eastern Standard Time Zone, though. Let's see. We'll get our mountain cursor there. Hey, if anyone else has anything else you want to talk about, let me know. Or any questions about anything. He's also called Terror? No. You know, my actual name. Okay, what do we do about this? We have no good way of dealing with this Ketris. I mean, not Ketris, with this, what's his name? Sparkle Sack. Which delve have I maxed out? I have maxed out Crypt. It is the easiest delve to max out in the game. The reason for this is the legend has instant kill. So even if you had no stats whatsoever, with enough luck you would eventually win. Just from pure luck. So it's currently the easiest faction in the entire game. And if you're looking to finally get a faction max for the achievement or something, that's the one you should be targeting. It's realistically the only faction that can be done at 500. There are others that can, but you would need to upgrade the Horde very, very far. But in the case of Crypt, you can just go to 100 and still get it done. There are many people that did it at 100. Realistically, you would want to get it to 200 just so it's a little bit easier, just so you don't get one-shotted with true damage. But it can be done with less. We did it with less, and many people have done it with only 100. You've been to 12 of the 24 time zones. Very nice. Yeah, I'm not much of a traveler. I'm more of a stay-home kind of person. I don't even travel around my town. Because I just walk everywhere for the most part. I walk for groceries, walk to the bank, walk to pretty much anything I would ever need to do, for the most part. Unless it's like really far away, to the point where it wouldn't be viable to walk. I don't actually bike around here just because biking paths aren't as good. I did in New Jersey because there was really nice biking paths, but South Carolina, or at least Myrtle Beach part of South Carolina, while it does technically have some biking paths here and there, it's pretty underwhelming. There's also a lack of sidewalks, which makes it hard too. And take the final battle. Okay, we'll go and grab our brown, get our surge, get our explosion. Grab our other brown, get the reds. Grab our brown again. What else we need? Grab a Ketris onto that one. Not gonna be enough to kill because they have like infinite stats, it feels like. Oh, don't hit the one that we need boost ratio on. That's not nice. Also, we should almost be at the point of getting 2 orbs. We should definitely be on leaderboard already. I believe we're also at the point of double orb. Kill that out. Take a red. Take another red. Grab that down. Get a hit on there. You think in an area like that it would be bike friendly? Well, it's not like anti-bike. There are paths and stuff. It's just not as good as, at least, maybe I'm just used to how it is in New Jersey, I guess. Like, it's not like they don't have any biking lanes or stuff like that. Actually, like, one of the major roads that go across the beach actually has a designated biking lane. The problem is just with how much side traffic and how much people just disrespect the fact that there's even a biking lane there, makes it so it can't really be used as viably. So that's like one of the main issues with it. Like, there's no like side areas that has no traffic at all going through it that has actual designated bike lanes or anything like that. But anyways, let's see, how far are we on rewards? So we did actually reach all rewards, so we'll go claim that. We're actually 64 on leaderboard right now too. We should, as I mentioned, make top 20, I believe, with how many battles we have. Just a matter of actually putting all the battles in. We still have several to do. We still have like 11 more to go, plus the 4 for tomorrow, which is going to be like another 6. But, wait, why did I keep saying 4? It only gives you 3 per day. I keep forgetting that. Oh, so that means, sorry, my bad. So that, it is about more towards 2,500 then for getting a leaderboard. I forgot. It's only 3 per day, not 4. I forgot. So it's going to cost a whole another additional pack. So that's like 2,200 to 2,700 is how much it costs approximately to reach 500. And that's assuming you don't lose a single sigil. And we already lost 1! Unfortunately, but we didn't lose a Valraven yet. Am I afraid to bike on a road? No, I have before. It's just not as convenient as biking on actual paths, just because it takes more time. But no, I don't mind biking on roads too much. It's definitely more of an inconvenience, but it's definitely perfectly fine. It's just there's a lot of major roads here, which makes it a little bit harder to do that. How's the new treadmill? I haven't put it together yet. That's still going to be a project for later. I'm not even sure if I'll be doing it this weekend or not. That's going to be a gigantic project in itself. It is going to be a multi-day project figuring out how to put that thing together. I haven't even bothered opening the box yet because it's so heavy. I'm actually really surprised how heavy it is. Like, it's not even like a really big treadmill. Like, it's not a small one, but it's just a mid-sized one. Like a nice, decent mid-sized one. But yeah, I'll let you guys know once I know more info on that. How that ends up panning out. That's gonna be interesting. Let's see. What do we need here? We'll go and get that converted. Get a hit on him. Mountain Crusher everything. Try running on the box. Are you taking a break from streaming Switch content? We will be doing Switch content more in the future. The biggest issue with Switch content right now is my connection. A lot of the games that I have been playing on the Switch are multiplayer games, and it is, with my connection currently, it is near impossible for me to stream Nintendo Switch multiplayer games. Single player games I probably would be able to. The next game I will probably be streaming on Switch, there's 2 of them that are single player that are coming up. Animal Crossing and the next Pokemon are the 2 I will likely be streaming here on the channel, because both of those are solid single player games that wouldn't have any issue being able to stream here. So those 2 are the ones I'll be doing. But things like Smash Ultimate, which I have been playing some, Mario Kart, which I've been playing some, it was actually on sale for like $40 recently, pretty cheap. Like stuff like that, while I have been playing it here and there, I haven't been able to stream it, even though I kind of do want to, just because connection would be too bad with it. Particularly with Smash, like it would be unplayable to try to stream Smash for more than like 30 minutes on multiplayer, just because of how bad my connection is. And that's with a wired connection on the console and a wired connection on the PC, and it's still horrible. Hello, Steve. Welcome. summoned. Okay, well, we'll go explode that. Also, technically, this game will be on Nintendo Switch soon, most likely. Like, there's almost a guaranteed chance this game's coming out on Nintendo Switch this year. So technically, I would be playing a Switch game once it does release on that, whenever I play this. But I'm pretty sure they're trying for summer. It's something they've been actually trying, I believe, since Switch came out. They talked about it all the way back in, like, early 2017. But they just never implemented it yet. Okay. Let's see. Also, it's kind of funny. Every game I've ever streamed on here actually is technically on Switch. Because Darkest Dungeon's on Nintendo Switch. And, oh, what was the other one? Stardew Valley's on Nintendo Switch. And those were, like, the only main games I've really streamed on here, other than, this game, of course. Gems of War. Actually, there were 2 other games. One Way Heroics, which was, like, that one, it's a, like a JRPG roguelike. And, oh, what was the other one? That wasn't on it. Oh no, never mind. I never streamed that game. I was gonna say, Unepic, but I forgot. I never actually streamed that game. I did some video content for it when the channel first started. Like, actually before technically even the channel started. Because I don't count the channel starting until I started doing, videos weekly. But, yeah, I did that like a year before while I was just like randomly in college. Just like guide videos for the game, for some various stuff. Is that cross-platform? You'll be playing it on Switch. Which game are you referring to? Cross-platform. What game is going on Nintendo Switch? This, Gems of War, is going to be going on Nintendo Switch most likely this year. They keep being, like, secretive about it, but there's almost a guaranteed chance they're doing it this year. It's only a matter of when, more so than if. But yeah, I do not know yet if it's going to be cross-platform. I believe that is one of the reasons why it is taking them so long, is I think they do want it to be cross-platform, because there are Switch games on Switch that are cross-platform to PC and other platforms. But yeah, if it was, they're probably trying to get it so it's cross-platform to PC, mobile, and all that. But that's one of the reasons why it's probably taking so long, is they do want to try for it. Yeah, at the current moment in time, the only games I've really been playing is this, Smash Ultimate a little bit, and Mario Kart a little bit. Smash Ultimate actually got Piranha Plant recently, and I think I might main it, because it's actually a lot of fun to play, the Piranha Plant. And it was one of those characters that almost seemed like it would be a joke character, but it's actually insanely fun to use. Let's see. Other than that, I've mainly been using all the variations of Marth. All, like, 6 of them. Let's see. We'll go and, get an Ubistet down. Get a, hit onto the Apothecary. And then we can simply just go and... Oh no! I better not randomly get a skull. Good. Then we just 10%. We should probably do that the other way around, where we hit the back line troop. Because if we accidentally take a skull, we can no longer kill with Ubistet, which would kind of defeat the whole point. But, let's keep moving. Oh wait, did I never open a double orb? I showed that we had it, but I never bothered opening the double orb yet. Let me go do that. Also, speaking of Diablo 3, did you see the fail that was the Diablo Immortals trailer? Or at least the reaction to it? I don't know. I really feel like people were a little bit too, I don't know, what's the word? Harsh? That's not really a proper term for it. But, I don't know, I feel like people were too harsh on the Diablo Immortals whole thing, debacle. But, it is a little bit weird that it's, like, not cross-platform to PC or anything like that. Like, why would you make a mobile-only game for, like, a PC audience? That doesn't make much of a sense. Though, like, Diablo players aren't just exclusively PC, but most of them are. But I think it's mainly how they announced it was the biggest issue. The way they announced it, and that the fact that it's only PC, that it's only mobile only. Like if it was a PC mobile game and they didn't announce it at Diablo, or it wasn't like the main event kind of thing, then it probably wouldn't have gotten as much backlash, most likely. But I don't know, I might try it out because it's gonna be free to play. Might as well give it a shot. But we'll see. Anyways, orbs are useless like always. Not really much to expect there. Wasn't really expecting much off the orbs, but hopefully our leaderboard orbs will be good. Well, that's why I don't go to conventions. They're too much hype and not enough payouts for how much they cost. That's yet another reasons not to go to conventions. But anyways, grab our mail, grab all that, open any shards we have laying around, and where'd they go? Do another 200. There should be enough to get the ultra rare maxed. I mean, oh, never mind. Now, if we only get one copy, it's not. I thought we'd get a few there. Well, let's go do another delve or two. And, yeah, I really want to get this faction max, or the kingdom maxed. But I don't know if we'll actually be able to reach it this stream. We'll probably reach it by tonight. But definitely by the end of the day. I'm not ending today until we have it maxed. Because that should be manageable. We only need, technically, 7 more copies of Asp until we have it maxed. We need 1 more copy of him, which we'll definitely get, and 7 more copies of the rare. I'm still going to open a little bit more further than that, just so we have a few Asps as backup in case we ever want to run weird teams with it. But, yeah, we're going to go and finally get that maxed. We're so close. And that will end up giving us our higher tribute. We end up getting a 2 things out of it. We end up getting a... Oh, no, never mind. 1 thing out of it. But it's tribute reward. A 0.25 higher tribute reward. Not really the biggest of things, but still, that's a little bit extra souls occasionally on our tribute, which is better than nothing. And that starts stacking up over time, especially with how much we take tribute, that's for sure. It's basically an extra, like, what, 20 souls per day? No, not even. Maybe more like 10 or 20, somewhere around 10 to 20. That starts adding up over the course of every single day. Not to mention we probably get that like twice a day. And while that doesn't seem like much, every single little bit that we keep getting just keeps adding up. Like that one might not seem like much, but you add that with like 10, 20 other ones and it starts to become quite a bit of resources. Okay, we'll take the brown there. Grab a explosion for everything. Looks like you're getting the regen buff and the warded or warder spirit buff in the delves. It is possible to get various buffs. I don't know if those are actually buffs you can get though. But yes, there are various rooms ever since several patches ago that do give positive buffs. The most noteworthy one is a Cedric room, which gives 100% extra gold to each of your troops, which does raise your cap. So you can get it all the way to 500 or higher if you have other gold multipliers or gold troops to add even more. But yeah, you can. There's some really decent benefits, mainly that one. But there are some other rooms too that give various benefits. I haven't been paying too much attention to them, but yeah, I actually don't even know what all the benefits are. But there are some various rooms that give positive effects instead of negative effects. It's something I should probably pay a little bit more attention to, but they're pretty trivial, the bonuses you get, which is why I don't pay too much attention to them. But I guess they're technically better than getting a negative effect, if nothing else. Also, why did I throw Ubistet instead of Ketris? I guess because it was webbed, but even webbed, Ketris still does more damage. As long as he hasn't taken damage to his HP and armor and everything. What's this battle? 1.25, so we'll take that one next. So we'll take this one, go for the 1.4, 1.25, and then the other room. But yeah, do we have any positives? No, we haven't gotten any yet. Actually, it's easier if we check these. Right, we do have 2 negatives. We have Venomous on them and Snare on... Oh no, not again! They have Snare. Oh, as I say that, I almost just gave him... Okay, good. Luckily we had Barrier. I'm trying to give him a skull, as I just said he has Snare, which does web every single time he takes a skull, which is not good. Especially against Mountain Crusher. Okay, what do we do here? Let's go get a Ketris down. Status follow-up. Take all the greens that we need there. Grab all the browns. Get a hit on you. Then we just Ubistet that. Double kill. Crap take the reds, but he just wastes his turn with that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Hit that right there on greens. Get all that converted. The reds then. Throw it into a. We'll put it in the red lines as well. We'll get that to full mana before we throw it, just so we can throw the combo together. Just so we don't have to go out of our way for the mana. And now we simply throw this at Bone Dragon. That won't kill, but this will. And it was Ubistet kill him. Okay, so we'll take this one, grab the other one, then fight armor. What do we take here? Let's grab the purple. This is not really going to do much, but might as well get it. Get something off the board. So yeah, as far as the whole Diablo thing, I feel like that has to also just do with people's expectations for things. I try to, while I don't always, I try to keep pretty low expectations for a lot of things, just so I'm not like disappointed with stuff. Like I do get hyped about some things occasionally, but for the most part, you really shouldn't, because it's just gonna be bad. Just have low expectations for everything and just be surprised by everything, or just be neutral if it doesn't go well. Game is way better than getting hyped and then disappointed about something. Okay, what do we even need here? Let's explode everything. Aren't you gonna take a skull here, oddly enough? Because I believe that brings it to a... Oh wait, what am I doing? I was gonna say, it brings it to Ketris kill range. I mean, to Ubistet kill range. But that's actually pointless, because he just did a summon that does it for us. Never mind. Actually... Yeah, because we don't want to double cast. So we'll do this. We'll throw a Ketris down, and then another Ketris will kill. Oh, no. Well, never mind. Okay. Well, we'll throw another Ketris at him and work from there. Oops, I forgot we're webbed. Let me go unweb him. We don't have to deal with that. Another explosion. If you don't expect too much, you might not be let down. Yeah, I do get jealous like ever so occasionally, but very, very rarely these days. And there we go. Take this final room, or take this room, then the boss room. And then we'll do one more delve and go from there. And hopefully that'll be enough shards. There's a chance that it might not be, and if it isn't, we'll just do it tonight. Sometimes people are only happy if they're complaining. So having high expectations and getting let down gives them something to complain about. Let's see, we'll go to purple. Yeah, it's pretty much what Twitter is in a nutshell as well. As well as social media, but more so, I would say Twitter, more so than any other social media. People just complaining about stuff. One of many reasons why I don't like social media. We'll take brown there. Grab an explosion. I'm gonna take this... Yeah, we'll take the brown first. What do we do? We'll take that over. I don't know if that's gonna overkill or not. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Good. One actually nice benefit about Ketris ending his turn is we don't need to worry about it accidentally dying. Whatever damage we do, we know it's doing, and there's no chance that it's going to do extra damage with a skull or something, which in this particular team actually does work somewhat okay, because that synergizes into Ubistet being able to clean it up. The only thing that could possibly ruin that is if we have Skull Reflect, which we don't on this team. Alright, so let's go get our Convert there, get a Mountain Crusher, get rid of everything. I'll throw that like twice right there. Oh, the last night. Welcome. What do we take here? Let's grab, let's take Brown for now. Get another mountain pressure going. Go and get all that converted, even though it's for only like 3 mana, but it's still a free turn, so it works. Throw another one of these down, get our double kill. And throw one more Tetris and double kill again with the set. You're getting Scorpius tomorrow for Delves. He's not necessarily useful for Delves. Well, you can. It's a really weird thing because the biggest issue with it, there's too many things immune to poison, which makes him not viable. There's even a trait that things can get within Delves that has immune to poison. I believe the main one being the one on that undead room that gives immune to poison, death mark, and what was the other mechanic? Disease. Let's see. Yes, it is. He is a lot better ever since they removed his cooldown. But even with the cooldown removed, there's not much you use him for. Even with our Yowli, which gives you that basically infinite poison, there's just not much you can do with it. There's too much that has immune to poison to really get away with using it in most situations, including Delves. It's still a nice troop to have occasionally, but I don't know. I wouldn't personally go out of your way to get it if the only reason you're getting it is for Delves. It's something that you can run if you randomly get it, but I don't think I would go out of my way for it. This doesn't seem worth it, personally. A lot of better things to go craft first for Delves, like Ubistet, Megavore, Arachnean Weaver, Queen Aurora, Yasmin's Chosen's even used sometimes. What other ones? Those are the main ones, I think. Iron Gut would even be better, since you could just get those Devours. Just get a single instant kill instead of the multiple, and just have them be super high durability. Yeah, those are the main ones. Iron Guts, Megavore, Queen Aurora, Yasmin sometimes, Arachnean Weaver sometimes, Ubistet, even Infernus, at least at lower levels, Ketris, and mainly those. Probably a few others I'm forgetting too, but those are probably the main ones. I'd say the most important ones are probably Ubistet, Queen Aurora, Megavore, and mainly just those 3. As far as specifically for Delves, because they tend to have, Ubistet has double kill, Megavore has instant kill and armor tier, and what was the other one I mentioned? And Queen Aurora is just a nice thing to keep your team stable. And it works in a lot of coloration. But anyways, let me go and head back to here. Still gonna do one more, and then we'll probably end it at that. Go open all of our shards. Hopefully finally get the kingdom maxed, or at least as maxed as it can currently be. And go from there for tomorrow, or for tonight, I mean. Also, as I mentioned, just as a reminder, tomorrow's nightly stream, we'll still be streaming normal time tonight, but due to Super Bowl, tomorrow's nightly stream will either not be happening or I'll just be doing it earlier in the day. I should have time earlier in the day to be able to get it done. But if I do stream tomorrow, it's probably going to be around 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so like kind of middle ground time where I don't normally stream. But around, or did I say 3 a.m.? I meant 3 p.m. Around 3 p.m., which is about 2 hours from now tomorrow, is around the time. Not exactly, but somewhere around that time. I'll most likely be streaming. I'll try to have it up in advance if I'll know in advance. But yeah, I still do want to try getting a stream out for tomorrow. But of course it is Super Bowl, so I will be doing Super Bowl related things during the actual nightly stream. They won't be around at that time. I will still fit it in at some point, most likely. Is the Delve weapon any good? No, Delve weapon is pointless. I would not advise it. It's another useless faction weapon. And since it is a faction weapon, you'll be able to get it again in 7 weeks. So don't worry that you can't get it. And even if you don't get it, you'll be able to get it in the future, unlike other weapons. The only current faction weapon that's viable is All-Seeing Eyes, Jar of Eyes. That's the only faction weapon that's currently viable. Every other one is pretty much pointless, and you would only get for collection purposes. Haha, pizza bowl. Actually, I don't know if we are going to be getting a pizza. It does sound good, though. Aw, that's exactly where we need to hit. Oh well, not that big a deal. If you have anyone else still has any other questions, let me know. I'll make sure to get over all of them. Alright, we don't have an Ubistet here. We just grab that though. Get our Ubistet, hit that down. Get our explosion for everything. Go get a catchers down. Let's go get our converts. What do we need? Oh, let's take that for now. Throw a nice little catchers onto... I'll take green for now. Grab that. Get her hit onto... Oh, he's going to take that. That's fine. Get skull distracted and nothing else. And then we get a kill. Yeah, this faction feels so chill to do. Because we never need to think of what the path is, for the most part. You just go down the path and that's it. We don't need to bother doing any kind of like math to figure out the correct order or anything like that. You just keep moving. It's really nice. This might actually be my favorite delve now. Too bad we're not camping it. It doesn't have as big of a loot as Warren's though, so it's fine that we're doing Warren's. But I do have to say this place is more fun than Warren's in every possible way. The troops are amazing. The layout is really relaxing. So it's not really that challenging, but it's at least relaxing compared to the other ones. And yeah, everything about it's really nice. Too bad we don't have more factions like this, or at least more faction troops like this, because those are by far the best 4 faction troops they've ever added as far as interesting and fun to use. And each one of them is independently absolutely good on their own in various teams, which is something that's never really happened with a faction before. All 4 of them are viable. More so the rare and the legends, but all 4 of them are technically viable. The scroll one is early game scroll spam. The one that creates a bunch of red with bleed is a alternative bleed option if you need a red mana generator. The legendary, of course, is just the best bleeding option currently in the game. And the Asp is just a great way of placing bleed if you are in early game, as well as just a great refresher for bleed if you're using it with the legends or just in general with any other bleed mechanic. And you can also chain it into itself. What music do I like? Pretty much everything except country. I don't tend to go out of my way to listen to music though, most of the time. Wait, is it Groundhog Day today? I actually didn't even realize that. Wait, is Groundhog Day? Groundhog Day 2019. Groundhog Day is February 2nd. Oh, it is Groundhog Day. Happy Groundhog Day, everyone! I assume he saw his shadow and we're gonna have 2 years of more winter. Wait, did he see his shadow? That's pretty funny if he didn't, because it's definitely still winter. Of course, that has no impact on if there will or will not be more winter, but it's still funny. Really? No shadow? We have weird traditions. Okay, we'll go and take purple, grab a Ketris. Another explosion on that. Oh, he's stunned, so we don't even need to deal with... Wait, how did he get stunned? Oh, he hit us with a skull while we were barriered. Because I was going to say, how do we have no stats effects, but he is stunned? Because we had barrier. Yeah, we'll go get that down. 2 more years of winter. Yeah, I feel bad for the Midwest. They're freezing over there. I do have some friends over there too, or mainly just one. Well, I guess a few, but I have one household of friends over there. But yeah, it's like minus like what, 10, 15, like really, really cold. Surprised they didn't lose electricity though. Let's see. Oops, step down. get another one right down there, right on the blues. Got a Ketris on that. Get a hit right there. And just go it up. Okay, next one. Tier 5 room. What do we have? We have a... No! Useless Goblins! That's a horrible multiplier. At least his average is out to 1.3, but still. This is awful. Okay, what else do we need to move around? Let's take that for now. Get an Apothecary. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Valentine's Day is around the corner. I need to stock up on that one chocolate that I can actually eat. I still haven't bothered going out for it. I might go actually... I might do that today. Need to go get some exercise anyways. Might go check stores near me and see if they have it in stock. Because, yeah, I normally don't bother ordering it online. Because it's almost guaranteed going to get destroyed through shipping. Like, I check all the reviews for them. It's like, yeah, every single place it just gets destroyed during shipping. There's really no point. When you're in the store, even in the store, many of them are still destroyed as well. But at least in the store, you can see each individual one and then grab the one that's not destroyed. So it's a lot easier actually being there in person because you get better quality of them, especially if I'm going to be getting multiple of them. I don't know why. In my area, they only have it during one time a year. It's Cellas, those chocolate Cellas things, the little chocolate things with the cherry inside and those juice things. The milk chocolate ones, not the ones with the white one, but like the normal cream thing in it, whatever it is. I'm like addicted to those, but they're only ever available around my area for whatever reason during like specific holidays. Like they were around Christmas, they are around Valentine's Day, and that's about it. I think maybe Easter sometimes. But for whatever reason, most stores around me don't really stock them year round. Or at least none that I'm aware of. And whenever I'm getting a chocolate craving, I need those. Because it's one of the few chocolates I can actually have. Very, very few 100% don't contain. That are actually decent chocolates that I like. That's like one of the only ones. So whenever they're available, I like stock up on them and store them away. Let's see, what do we need here? Yeah, no, it's one of my favorite like desserts that you could possibly ever have, other than like maybe a creme brulee or something.
Mana surge.
Let's see, what do we need here? Throw that right on that one. Destroy everything. What do we take? Grab a brown over. Apothecary off the yellow. Oh, wait. That's not an extra turn. Oh no! That awkward moment. This is why we need a cancel button. Well, I guess we could do it on red. It's not as good doing it on red, though. But, they still have not added a cancel. Oh, never mind. We have purple as well. That's a little bit better. Let's do it on purple. But, I still can't believe they haven't added a cancel button for that yet. It's been suggested before. I don't know if it's a coding issue or what, but, they really need a cancel button. Game's been out for almost 4 years now. And they still haven't added a cancel button. Or what am I saying? More than 4 years. 4 years and a month. 2 months. And they still haven't added the cancel button. Yeah, we'll get a yellow there. Zeddicus dead. Okay, we got 2 treasure rooms. Take this one first. Even if the other one's Cedric, it doesn't matter because we've gone for so many rooms that we'd get like no value out of them. Plus, we're not even using a gold team anyways. So, Apothecary, can you do anything good? Not really, but we can do it on blue. So do it on there. What else do we need? Get everything exploded. Everything exploded again. Throw a Ketris down. Browns. Throw another Ketris onto that guy. Probably not even that relevant, but I just like doing it in 2nd, 4th order. I feel like whenever I play catchers, that's the way I always run it, even if the battle doesn't call for it. Just out of habit. Okay, will Wozzy be enough to kill that? I feel like it is, but how much attack is in play? Ooh, it is not. So I'm going to have to waste a Ketris on that now. We'll do it right there so we can get some damage on that. So that we can get a clip on it with a skull and then kill it with Wozzy. All we need now is to randomly get a skull. Nope, no free skull, unfortunately. And I don't think that's kill range, so I'm going to preemptively throw that just to get rid of barrier. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered if that barrier Tetris would have still killed it because it hits in 2 attacks. As long as the weaker one dies, the stronger one that has barrier will die because it does the damage and then it does the instant kill. So it'll always hit through barrier, even if they have barrier. If both of them have barrier, it won't. But as long as the lower one dies, the higher one with barrier will still die as well. Okay, what do we need here? Grab the brown. Oh no, mimics. The only thing we have with immune. Oh no, no. Actually, we have 2 with immune to devour. Apothecary and hero both have immune. So hopefully we won't have to see it get done. Oh, we got stun on him, so we have to hit him. Good. He did not hit devour. Oh no, 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 no. That could have been bad. That could have been very bad. Okay, we'll throw a Wozzy there. And keep the cycle. Do it down again. Get all of our mana that we need. That will almost be a full Tetris. Let's see. We'll take our reds there. Get a. Move that down. Get another Tetris onto that red there. Boom. And then we still kill with the step. And match. Okay. And now we do the final battle. If anyone still has any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, it'll be the last battle we'll do for now. We'll be back later tonight, though, as I mentioned. 7 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mainly going to be doing the same thing. Going to be doing all the delves for this. Probably going to be... Oh, no! I forgot to do... I just realized I forgot to do something this stream. And I can't undo it now. I forgot to do level 200 Pure Faction. It's not that big a deal. It would only have been 50 higher renowned. But I forgot to do it. And we're so deep now that it's realistically not viable to do. We might as well just wait till we do 500 eventually. But, yeah, I forgot to go do it at 200. It's only a 50 renown difference. It's very trivial. But, yeah, we can't backtrack. Whoops. Oh, well, not that big a deal. But, yeah, later tonight we'll be just messing around, getting a little bit further in delves, doing our free daily delves in Warrens, and all that good stuff. Well, actually, that I'll probably do off-stream, actually, the Warrens part. But we'll go a little bit deeper in here and probably mess around with the... Mythic Sum and all that. Actually, that's what the title of this stream said. I don't know, there just isn't much to do with that Mythic. Like, I kind of want to mess around with it, but it's one of those that, why would you use it when you have Ketris? It's one of those kind of situations with that troop. Like, it makes sense for lower rarity stuff, but they're both the exact same rarity. Like, it would make sense if he was like a legend, and it's like, okay, you could use this as an alternative to Ketris if you don't have Ketris. But when they're both the exact same rarity, it's like, okay, why don't you just get Ketris instead? At least assuming you're crafting it, of course. But, yeah, Ketris is just way superior to it, which makes him pretty underwhelming. Oh, why'd I do that? I could have just won with it instead. There we go. Hello, Bakchan! Goodbye, Bakchan! But yeah, did anyone else have any other questions before we head out for now? But thank you all so much for coming down. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. In case I don't stream tomorrow, though I should be at sometime in midday. Hope you guys enjoy the Super Bowl, for any of you in America that's going to be watching it, or just in general. I don't know, do people not in America watch Super Bowl? I assume to some degree. Yeah, Super Bowl tomorrow. So we'll be streaming a little bit earlier than normal. I'll have that time posted hopefully by noon tomorrow, hopefully. It won't be at noon, but hopefully the time will be posted by around then. And, yeah, I'll be streaming tonight, normal time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 hours from now. And we'll go from there. And mainly just be messing around with the delves. But anyways, guys, hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Best of luck with the delves, as well as keys, if you're going to be trying for the new Mythic. You do have another 6 days for the Mythic, though do keep in mind you only have another 2 days or so for the faction. It's 1 day and the rest of today, so it's like 1 day and what, like 12 hours? 7? Time. How does it work? It's like 1 day, 10 hours, and 50 minutes is how much time you have left on this event, exactly. And yeah, anyways, I'll catch all of you later. Thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, and have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone.